What's happening, guys? How's it going?
Hey,
it's Past the Gravy, episode 437. Happy Gravy Day. I feel like we haven't said Happy Gravy Day the last couple of podcasts. Maybe we have, and I just don't remember it. But Happy Gravy Day, everybody.
Happy Gravy Day.
I'm pretty sure you have.
I feel like you have to.
I feel like I just black out sometimes when I do it.
You lost the beard and your mustache is going to your head. It's just poisoning your mind.
It's all
That
the
might have
air
been
you
it.
lose when you pew.
That could be it too. Yeah, I'm like lightheaded for
Yeah.
the first hour and a half of the show at least. But let's get into the pre-com segment where we answer your questions. We tell you what the comeback kid of the week is later on in the show. But before the comeback kid segment, we have the pre-com segment. Does anybody have anything they'd like to share with the group?
Something down here. I've been rewatching the original Spider-Mans. I believe it was Ryan Gonzalez that was doing it, so shout out, gave me the idea. Not only are they awesome, except for the third one. This is actually the first time I'd ever watched the third one.
Like the Tobey Maguire ones?
Yeah, the Tobey Maguire, so bad. I'd always heard about the scene where he's like,
saw the first two, I think.
"Oh, watch the third. It's
Is
monumentally
that what the black
bad."
Spider-Man? Like the bad Spider-Man?
And he's like, he turns emo and is like dancing down the street, like giving the finger pistols to chicks. And it's just overall bad. But the main thing I forgot about this is at least once a movie, they like to have a scene where Kirsten Dunst is in the rain. And I don't remember just her nipples being a main character of the Spider-Man movies, but let me tell you, they were.
Why do you think your dads took you to see that?
He didn't.
Well,
Yeah.
My dad did not give a shit about those movies.
that's why dads took their kids to see it. They're like, well, we got to show some tit.
The costume designer's like, hey, what do we want to put Kristen Dunst in this scene? And they're just like, no bra.
Done.
The dress with the lightest fabric we possibly can come up with, and then get her soaking wet.
I was watching the first one. It was on TV.
So good.
I think Sunday morning before football when I was putting some bets in, and I was like, all right, I'm doing this. But it's just like Mary Jane also finds herself in just like the worst situations all the time.
She loves walking down alleys at night.
It's like what, like you walk down like the worst alley like 4 times in like the hour I watched that movie. Why? You were on the worst balcony you could be on, and you walk down like 2 weird alleys, and then just like then you get found out. So it's like, okay, cool. Like I don't know. I was very concerned about her safety, really. Luckily, she had Spider-Man, but like just fucking maybe try and make it easier on yourself.
And all that made me laugh really hard. But then what made me laugh even harder was it immediately reminded me. So I don't know if a lot of our listeners know. I know a lot of them do, but maybe not all of you. There's a theme in porn, Robert. I'll explain this to you because you don't. You're too holier than thou for us.
And explain it to me too. I also don't watch porn.
Yeah, you know nothing about porn. There's a theme in porn where they take popular movies and superhero movies and they make porn parodies of them. So after this came out, they made one of Spider-Man. You know the famous scene where he's hanging upside down and kisses her in the alley after saving her? Well, they did that, and then in the porn, he goes back up and then he comes back down, but lowers himself further so his dick is just in her face. It's the funniest fucking porn scene I've ever seen in my entire goddamn life. And every time I think of Spider-Man, that comes to my mind too. And it's funny every fucking time for me. I don't care.
I learned a lot about Pat today.
Yeah, porn and Spider-Man is a hilarious combination. Also, upside down blowjobs. If you ever watch it, you'll sit there thinking, he must be getting lightheaded. It's been 6 minutes. He's upside down.
I wonder if they had a stunt double.
For the porn actor? Don't think so.
Maybe. But that's a good question, Robert.
Now, if you told me that the porn actor also doubles his money by doing stunt acting in Hollywood, I'd believe that.
He's like, I already know the moves. We're good. That's all right. Well, I'm glad
I
you brought
got
that
Spider-Man
to the
and
table
porn.
today, Pat.
Yeah. For the pre-cum segment, I figured it was appropriate.
All right. Robert, did you bring anything for the group discussion today?
No,
Make
not
it
this
sexy.
week. I saw you.
Wow.
I saw you have a lot here.
Loaded up, though. I'm ready to go. I mean, I feel like I always got to carry the load sometimes. So Well,
Bonk.
here I go, carrying the load again.
Bonk.
Let me start off with this isn't my idea. I heard somebody else say it, but I thought this was a great idea that maybe we should adopt as a group. Is there, instead of referring to anybody as a journalist, just call them a content creator, because it's like everybody's trying to be like, oh, it's fake news, like everything is fake news. It's like then everybody's just a content creator, like Anderson Cooper, content creator, CNN, like just anybody. Like they're not a reporter, they're a content creator for whatever news channel they're at.
This is actually the perfect time for this because, this is the time of year where Baseball Hall of Fame ballots come out. And as I've previously said, nobody thinks they're more important than baseball writers. And if you retweet them in their ballot and say, this content creator doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about, they would get super offended by it.
Right.
So this is actually perfect.
Right. And it's like only the people that like are going to get really upset are like the assholes that like we want to get upset about it for.
Yes.
If you get called a content creator and we're just fucking around, then it's going to be funny. But then when they're like, oh, you're trying to demean my job. I'm like, well, actually, I'm also a journalist. And as a big J myself, I feel like I can call you a content creator. What I do is journalism. What you're doing right now is creating content.
If your main mission now as a journalist is you got to get clicks, like you don't care about the story, you're just trying to get clicks because that's what your job wants, you're a content creator. You're not a journalist.
That's most news on both sides. So really, everybody's just a content creator.
Ronan Farrow, that dude's a journalist. He like does hard hitting. He's broken like a bunch of the sexual assault things and like
super
Hollywood
cool
and stuff.
Name though, Ronan Farrow.
Yeah, like I think he helped
like a video game character.
A lot of the Epstein stuff, and he does those kind of ones. Like that's a journalist.
You're Ronan Farrow is a guy you'd play with on Mortal Kombat. Like you'd fight Luke Cage with Ronan Farrow.
Definitely.
That name sounds like.
But everyone else, you're content creators.
Everybody's just a content creator from now on. And the people that don't take themselves too seriously will get it. And the people that get upset, then that's on you, dude. Here's something I thought about that just kind of like it makes you say, aw. Your dog probably just thinks that you and it made up the game of fetch if you play fetch with your dog. Like your dog's just like, oh, this is just something that me and my guy play. This is a game. But also,
if you take them to the dog park, does that absolutely shatter the reality of that for them because they see other people playing fetch?
Or do they think that like, dude, I started a revolution. All these dogs are now fetching. These dogs are also going and getting the ball and bringing it back. I didn't mean to say that. I'm sorry. They're going to get in the machine. No.
Weezy's
I'm sorry.
pissed off at you now.
They're going to get the BALL and bring it back. Like, I bet they think that they just started that whole thing. It's just like that. How kind of like sweet and cute is that? It's like your dog just thinks that like, hey, this is this game we played. We made this up.
It is very cute, but
that's the best.
There is no but. That's just great. Is Weezy just staring at you now?
No, she brought me her duck and she's just hanging out. I have a little bed that I put in the studio with me now. She just hangs out. When you guys were here, Robert would have the lights and everything set up, right? Like where her bed is, but now she just chills.
What's the duck's name again? I forgot.
I don't know. We've gone through so many. We changed names with a lot of them. We had like famous Quacks or Jet Quackson. We've had basically anything that you could make a quack reference out of. We've done that.
Okay.
Quacky Robinson. That was the good one that we had.
Give Weezy a boop for me. I miss that girl.
All right. But yeah, dogs. They think that we just invented fetch with them. Not that like it's something that like everybody's been doing forever. Another thing I've learned over Thanksgiving was I think that I found my audience, and it's gonna sound weird, but don't take it in a weird way. Like my audience, I think, is like kids between the ages of like 3 and 7, because I absolutely like crushed it over like the weekend before Thanksgiving and then Thanksgiving Day with like my cousin's kids and Emma's like Emma's niece, her brother's daughter. Like, I fucking crushed it with those kids, dude. Like, I was like, you think I was Jerry Seinfeld if you walked into the room. These kids fucking just eating that shit up, bro. They loved it. I was crushing it. My jokes landed. We were talking about 101 Dalmatians. Apparently, this girl thought that Cruella de Vil's not bad, and I was like, "Oh, Cruella de Vil's the worst. What are you talking about?" And then I had an argument about Cruella de Vil with like a 4-year-old, and it was great. So I feel like I could be a clown. Is really what I'm getting at. Like,
well, you are a
could
clown.
Right, I am a clown already, but I could like entertain kids at like birthday parties because I could just make them laugh. Like, I think I could crush. If you could be a stand-up comedian for just kids that age, I think I might be able to do it.
Yeah, dude, little kid, like when you're
and I don't want to like
immature,
have my own kid. Like, it's not like it's my responsibility to take care of him afterwards. It's just like I can just make you laugh for 30 minutes and then boom, I'm walking off.
Yeah, if you have,
I'm gonna go get a drink.
If you're immature like us, or you have like an immature sense of humor, little kids that age, like under 10, it's the best group because you find the same things funny, but we're but we're older, so we've heard more jokes that we can recycle back to them, and we're smarter, so we can just kind of come up with shit that they will find absolutely hilarious. It's the best.
Or like, like when you're a kid and you have like an uncle or like your grandpa or whatever, like has like some phrase that they use and you always like remember them for that. But then you're like, oh, he like made that up. And then you like get older and you hear somebody else use that phrase and you're like, oh, never mind. But that's a very common phrase. He just says that.
Dude, it's so nice. Like the best part about it too is if you get to slip something in there that they're gonna repeat, like you just said, for over and over and annoy their parents with.
Mm-hmm.
It's so good. I got one of the other managers. She brought her son in one day, and I just got him to start going "Sided," and he would just be like in the backseat of the car going, "Hey, mom, sided."
Right? No, like my cousin's kid was just knucking me up, bro. He was just knucking it up, dude. It was tight. High fives. I'm all about high fiving kids. Like, that's what's up, dude. It's being the cool, like, hey, this guy's kind of goofy. I like that guy. Everybody was
goofy
like,
uncle.
Yeah, just like, okay, this guy's wacky. I don't have.
You got to be fun if you're gonna have.
I'm not gonna watch him for like the day or anything, but like,
oh no, with that mustache,
I can crush for 30 minutes. Wow. Well, yeah, that's true. Actually, I wasn't really in charge of a kid specifically by myself then, but yeah, I think they might. That's why I wear the clown makeup.
What would your clown name be?
I don't know.
Yeah, I wish I had something for that. It was a good question.
Yeah,
I had nothing for it though.
Robert, what would your clown name be?
What are they like? They've done the several companies have done the thing where like, oh, name our thing, and it's always like Clowny McClowneyson.
Clowny McClownface.
Yeah.
No, he'd be Bobby Jokes.
I'd be Jadavion. Oh, that'd be good. Yeah, I'd be Jadavion Clowney. Clown name generator. All right, Robert. So all I need to come up with your clown name generator is your mom's maiden name, last 4 of your social, and the street you grew up on.
This seems a little suspicious to me.
No? Oh, okay. Then I'm gonna try another one then. Clown name generator. All right. What do we got here?
This is great content.
I thought it was gonna be faster. Augustus Jr. It's not a clown name.
Whoever came up with that is a clown. That was dumb.
Yeah, that's fucking dumb. All right, last chance.
Who started that? That was really, really bad idea for us to go down this road.
Ooh, Yo-Yo. You'd be Yo-Yo the clown. Done. Pat, you'd be Loof. Loof the clown.
How's that spelled? L-O-U-F?
L-O-O-F. Like somebody misspelled loop.
What's he do? He throws loofahs at kids. It's fucking weird.
I'm Wiggles the clown.
Ooh, no, Wiggles can't have a mustache.
Yeah, that's weird. Shut up, Loof. What do you know? All right. Well, I feel like everybody's probably super stoked that we made that clown name thing like a bit and didn't just move on. I apologize for that. But now we know our clown names. So there you go.
Oh.
What else did I have? Okay.
Was-
All right. I had an idea. This is my real like idea that I brought in for the gang today. Do you ever like you get up to get in the shower and you just kind of like, oh, water's warm, and then you realize like 10 minutes have gone by and you're like, I just stood here. Fuck. Like I need a shower timer. Is something that like we should make where it's like you just set it for like 10 minutes and it just turns off. You're like, okay, oh shit. All right, let's go.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the time, what I'll do for that is just play music, and I'm like, oh shit, is this already the second song? I haven't even opened up the chat.
Yeah.
But a lot of the time I don't do that. It's like,
but if it just turned off, that's like that really like, oh shit. All right, now I gotta wrap it up.
But like I know this would be a problem for you too, because Emma's still asleep when you're getting ready in the morning. So you don't want music going off and waking her up. Same thing with me. Like if like a lot of time if I'm showering that early in the morning, my sister's still passed out in the other room. Like, I don't want to be you don't want to be the dick waking up people in the house with music. So I think the shower timer.
That's not true. Because if you're the guy or gal that's getting up and going to work, it's like you can be like, hey, I got to get ready for work.
Yeah, everybody else is going to work too, just a little bit later.
Right.
Just because you have a job where you got to wake up early.
I have to go to work. Like I try and be quiet, but I still shower in the morning. Like
then don't be mad when I'm yelling at Call of Duty at 1:00 in the morning. I gotta be at work in 6 hours. Like, really, I don't have to be for 10. And you wake me up with your shower. So fuck you.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I disagree on that one. It's like it's a shower. It's part of like the house.
No, that's what I'm saying. No, the shower is fine, but if you're blaring music, like,
okay, yeah. No, then we're on the same page.
The shower is fine, but you don't want to be like at music adding extra noise, you know?
What I mean is like when I get up in the morning, like my biggest crunch time is like getting to work, getting everything done in time to start the morning show. But like it always happens because it's like the first thing I do. I'll get up, I'll get in the shower, and then I'm just like, oh shit, it's 10 minutes. Like it's just I got sucked into the warm water. I was just like, I'm standing here. It feels nice. And you're like, no, I gotta go. I turn it off and then.
Have you ever purposely taken the cold shower just to try to be like, all right, I gotta be in and out? Cold showers suck.
Cold showers do suck, but they work. Like they are very efficient.
Yeah, but they suck.
I always try and do that. Like I'm at other people's house sometimes. Like I'll take like a very like not hot shower or like a coldish shower because it's like I'm not the guy that's holding up the bathroom at that time. Nobody likes that guy. Like if you're like that guy's in and out, I like that guy.
I mean, when I'm at like if I'm home, I'll take however fucking long. I'll take a 30-minute shower sometimes just because I fucking feel like it. But if I'm in somebody else's house, yeah, like you get in there, fucking wash your hair, wash your ass, get out.
I'm not seeing the sights or anything. I'm not hanging out. Okay, but yeah, shower timers. This is just an idea. Another idea I had was is like hot chocolate's big this time of year because people are watching Christmas or going out and looking at Christmas lights. It's getting cold, but when hot chocolate gets cold, it's pretty much just chocolate milk.
100%. It's chocolate milk with marshmallows in it.
Yeah, and like because if you were like, oh well, is hot chocolate just hot chocolate milk? I'd be like, yeah, absolutely, that's exactly what it is. So like I think it goes both ways, even though it may not necessarily have milk in it. It's just chocolate milk at that point.
Yeah, I mean, I'm one of those people when I
start as hot chocolate to be chocolate milk when it cools down. You can't just make cold hot chocolate.
Correct. It has to be hot first. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I don't actually use milk when I make chocolate hot chocolate because I know it's safe. I know it's okay. I don't like the idea of hot milk.
I don't either.
Milk you have to keep in the fridge so it doesn't spoil. So in my brain, when milk gets warm, it's instantly spoiled. I don't like that. Like when people would be like, just drink a glass of warm milk before bed. I'm like, why? So I die? Get the fuck out of here with that shit. I'm not trying to poison myself before bed.
Yeah, I don't understand the appeal of like why would you want to heat it up? I feel like I've had stuff like
it's better
with like
it's
warm
better
milk
than
on
hot
it,
chocolate
but
with water. It is better, but I intellectually my brain can't get over.
You just like that's the beauty of milk. You can just pour it out of the jug like obviously because we don't have to milk any cows or anything, but you can just pour it right out of the jug into the glass or right into your mouth, and like you got milk. I don't need to heat it up and take an extra step. That's crazy.
Right. And also, have you ever like had a glass of milk and it sits around a little while and it gets warm? And like, oh, the milk is warm. The best part about milk is that it's fucking nice and cold. It's crisp, tastes great.
Milk is just like
warm
silky
milk.
water to me. I don't really think milk has a taste unless it's like chocolate milk. It does, but like to me, it's like water.
That might be the dumbest thing I've ever heard you say. It's not. It's definitely not. You've said way dumber shit. But what?
Well, I knew that.
Milk is silky water?
It's just
You
like
out of your
silky
fucking
tasting
mind?
water.
Milk tastes like milk. I don't even know how to
just
argue with you on this. one.
Trying to describe milk to somebody, like if I've never had milk, what does milk taste like?
Tastes like milk.
Silky water.
Try and describe steak to somebody that's never had steak. Tastes like fucking steak.
It tastes like meat, delicious meat from the best part of the animal.
Okay,
Don't ask
but
me
all
where, but from some
meats
part
taste
it's the best.
That's not going to make sense to them because chicken tastes different than pork. Those are both meat. Oh, it tastes like meat, but different from every other meat you've ever had. Like, okay, so what does it taste
Meat
like?
from a cow, meat from a pig, meat from a buffalo. Like,
Yeah,
that's how you would explain it.
all very different tasting.
Right.
That's not describing the taste though.
Yeah, I don't know, but I think you would. How would you describe the taste of milk, Robert?
It tastes like water from a cow.
That would be a great explanation.
No, it wouldn't.
Yeah,
like piss.
That's explain. Like, give me a good explanation of how milk tastes, because you can't. Except silky water is perfect.
You can't explain how anything tastes without a reference for it.
There's some things. When you know, and milk is one of those things where I would say silky water. I think it makes sense.
It's one of the dumbest arguments we've ever had.
It is.
We're not off to a hot start on our.
Okay, well, they're not all going to be winners. Okay, I don't know if you guys are going to be on the same page with me on this one either, but I feel like the clock is ticking on like archaeologists and paleontologists, because at a certain point we're going to just have found everything or it's going to be gone, right? Like, how many dinosaur bones are there to be found yet? I mean, there's definitely some.
A lot.
But at a certain point, like, we're going to find all of them.
Actually, no, we won't. No, we won't find all of them.
I feel like if we dig enough, we'd find them.
The Earth is too big. You can't search every last inch of Earth.
Somebody could.
Who?
Somebody that never died.
I fucking hate you so goddamn much.
So there you go. A wizard.
No, man, those are like two of the coolest things you can be as a scientist, as archaeologist and paleontologist.
I'm not saying
that's
they're
like
not
actual cool shit.
I'm just saying, like, it's like, do you think anybody's going into the field of paleontology like that much anymore?
Yes.
You don't really hear about it. Like, this guy's a brand new paleontologist, up and comer.
It's because we don't talk to smart people. We talk to each other.
That's also very true.
That's a good point.
I think we're not going to have any more stuff to discover at a certain point, I feel like, or it will be way like less. So it's just going to be like an oversaturated field at a point.
I don't think it's
like, how many more places in Egypt are we going to keep finding? We kind of already found a lot of them. Yeah, every now and then. Oh, hey, there's a tomb here. This is wild.
There's a big one we still got to find, though, man. We're still searching for Atlantis, baby. And that's a whole nother thing.
Atlantis. I don't believe it. It's not a thing, though, is it?
Oh,
no.
Yeah.
This is like the Trojan horse where we were like, I don't know if it's true or not.
Oh, Atlantis was real, bro.
Atlantis,
you say Plato? You call him Plato a liar? Call him Plato a liar?
Old.
He was right about a lot of shit.
It was like a mythological thing.
Now, did they have flying cars and shit? No.
Well, they wouldn't, because it would have been underwater.
Well, no, it got sank. At the time that everyone knew about it, it was above water. It was just super advanced, more advanced than everybody else.
I guess I just thought it was a mermaid colony. What was I don't know. A colony for fish.
I would say you've watched too much Aquaman, but I know you don't get down on that shit. So
I don't watch Aquaman, no, but I think that the paleontologists, you're like, that's like that's a crazy thing because like kids love dinosaurs when they're growing up, but like you got to be like, don't go into this field because
no, archaeology is
lot
definitely
already
where it's at,
discovered.
though. Think about the two most famous we have of each of those professions. Paleontologist, most famous one, Ross Geller. He was a fucking dork, but you know what? At least he still got to bang Jennifer Aniston. So there's that.
True.
Archaeologist, Indiana Jones, one of the coolest fucking characters of all time.
He's a shitty fucking professor though.
What? He was a great professor.
He was never there.
Because he was all finding shit.
But like, if you enrolled in Jones's class, like you just didn't have a professor there for the whole year.
No, he would wait and go on his adventures in between, or he would take a semester off.
Oh, when you have to go just hunt for the crystal skull, you just have time to just like, it's convenient to schedule it in between semesters.
Yes. When he found the Ark, they came to him at the end of the semester there.
He would either be like the coolest professor,
or
By,
they
like,
would just have
the fact-
a substitute professor.
or you would just not have to do shit. And it's like, yeah, it's basically just to show up when I'm there and get an A.
So the
that
coolest
class.
professor.
That would be cool. You're right.
Think about it. Like your
It'd be
professor's
weird
like,
though. He's never
telling you
here.
shit.
He shows up with a rope and a crystal skull. What do I do?
like your professor's like, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, oh, who discovered that? And he's like, me, bitch.
He's talking about
I
Nazis
fucking did
all
that
the
shit.
time.
Yeah. Me and my dad banged the same chick over in Nazi Germany. What about it? That's a thing that actually happened in the movie.
Good to know.
Well, not in the
But also,
movie, but
spoiler alert.
yeah.
Thanks a lot for that. Now I don't even want to watch it.
You don't want to watch him and Sean Connery plow the same chick?
No, I don't.
Okay, good, because they don't actually show Sean do it. They just say
Good.
that he did fuck her.
Okay. Last thing I really brought. No, actually, I had some more stuff. So don't get excited yet, Robert. What do you think a compass would do in space?
Nothing.
Would just like hang out and just float?
It might just vaguely point back towards the Earth because that's the nearest magnetic field towards
It
it.
would just point down.
What do you mean down? There's no
You
direction.
just
in
held a
space.
compass like this. Yeah, but like how it wouldn't just find the Earth, would it?
I don't know if it would, if its magnetism is enough to, like, depending on how far out in space you are. Are you in Elon Musk territory of space? Or are we talking like actual fucking space? Like, are you in the edge of space, or are you in
You're in
space?
Fucking space. That's
So
what
we're
I'm
talking about like up there on the ISS.
I'm talking further than the ISS. Is
Oh,
that bad
'cause-
boy still pointing to Earth or not? Because I feel like it's
No.
just floating.
Yeah, it's just floating. That's what I thought you meant, just like in our area of space right there. I was like, maybe the magnetic field is still high enough to where it would just kind of vaguely move towards wherever the Earth is on it, but probably not. I think
Would a
compass is
watch-
only going to work like on fucking Earth.
Would like a regular watch, not like a digital watch, or was it because it's got like the mechanics in it? It would keep ticking and shit.
Yeah, you just got to keep it wound.
Makes sense. But would it be slowed down at all? Like it would just be like kind of like half speed
Ooh.
because you're in space.
Good band
Yeah,
name,
okay.
Space Compass.
Space compass.
It's a good band name. That's a
that
good
also-
band name.
That also sounds like something that like a tech company like Gravy Tech would come up with. It's just like the space compass is like our tablet that we put out from Gravy Tech. The space compass.
I'm not mad at that. I like that.
Or like, yeah, it'd be something cool sounding like that. Or that would be like your browser. It'd be like Mozilla Firefox. Space
Well, like-
compass.
Or like that would be like Elon's next, like the name of his next ship, Space Compass. It's leading the way, pointing the way, wherever the fuck you want to say it.
I like that. Space compass. But also just an idea to think about and to get R&D on for Gravy Tech. Let's find a way to make a compass that would work in space.
See, there's no direction in space though. That's the problem. What is it going to be pointing to?
That's not my problem. That's R&D's problem.
It always points at me. Or whoever's holding it. It's
Always
gonna point
points
right
at
back
the
to you.
sun. Always points to the sun. I can look at the sun and see it. Well, it points right to it.
That'd be pretty fucking good, actually.
The other thing I
Very
had,
useless product.
I don't really have any more like, okay, there are discussions, I guess, but Dope Sick on Hulu. I feel like everybody needs to watch that because I watched it and I liked it, and that's why it's like about the opioid epidemic and like the people that created Oxycontin and like how they got it to market and how it became like a problem. But was it Michael Keaton?
Probably.
Batman?
Yeah.
Michael Keaton is like the doctor and he's like the main character and it's really fucking good. There's only 8 episodes of it. It's just a mini series, but it's kind of heavy, so you might want to like space it out, but like it's dope. And then the other thing I wanted to recommend, because it's Christmas season. Emma and I were putting up the Christmas tree last night, and we were trying to find a Christmas movie to watch, and this kept popping up on our Apple TV thing, and I was like, "Fuck it, let's just watch this." But this guy, it's called "Twas the Fight Before Christmas," and it's just this fucking weird dude that is obsessed with Christmas lights, and he like is like fighting his neighborhood because he has this crazy Christmas light display that like just blocks traffic for 2 weeks out of the year. And the HOA is like going at him. And I was like, I'm siding with the HOA. I'm siding with the homeowners association.
It blocks traffic.
Well, because he like buys like hundreds of thousands of dollars probably worth of lights. Like his whole house is like Clark Griswolded plus. And like they have like camels out there. They would have like a cotton candy thing that people were giving out and hot chocolate. And it was fucking nuts. It was fucking nuts. And like the guy didn't even move into the neighborhood before he called. He was like, "Hey, I do this Christmas thing." And they're like, "All right, well, that seems like it might be a lot." He's like, "Well, I'm going to sue you if I can't do it. Also, I'm moving into the neighborhood." And then he moved in and his wife was like, "I just don't know what, like, it was weird just not having anybody want to come out and reach out to us." It's like, because y'all threatened to sue them before you moved there. But like, I'm not going to give away the rest of it, but like, it was like the trailer sucked me in like the trailer for Tiger King did. And it's not as like wild as Tiger King, but it's like a very white conflict, a very white person conflict in like suburban Idaho or whatever it was. And it's an hour and a half. So like, if you're just trying to kill some time with some Christmas themed stuff that you haven't seen already, like definitely recommend it. It's on Apple TV Plus, but it's
which means I won't be able to
fucking great. It's fucking great. And like the whole time you're just like, I hate this guy. No, I hate this guy. No, I hate this guy. Now I'm on this guy's side. And just it's wild. All over a guy that had like went to federal court over his right to put up Christmas lights.
No, you see, and this is where it'll probably fall apart. Lights, fine. You're creating like a petting zoo amusement park area on your private land, or not private land, but in a neighborhood.
Well, no, he would just have like the wise men, and they would have the camel in the front yard, but like busted, like people were getting bussed in, like he had like shuttles that would drive people by, and it would stop, and people would get out, and they would like block traffic, and there were videos of like neighbors just like, "I just want to get home, man. Just want to go home."
Oh yeah, no, I would be the neighbor that just like, no, it's fine, you can do all this, but the second you block traffic, I'm gonna have the cops waiting here to ticket every one of your buses that's coming through.
Well, then they try, shit happens like that, and then guns get involved. It gets wild. It gets crazy. It's definitely worth a watch, or like just go watch the trailer. "Twas the Fight Before Christmas," and like this guy's a fucking asshole the whole time. Like the main dude's a fucking asshole, and he just keeps like arguing like, "I'm just trying to spread Christmas cheer." It's like, bro, nobody asked you to do this. Like your job is not to bring people to your house to look at Christmas lights. And then he also set him up like pre-September. Okay, like that's a whole like other thing that I was just like, what the fuck? Okay, dude.
Yeah, no, that's psycho shit.
"Twas the Fight Before Christmas," Apple Plus. If you have that, it's definitely worth a watch. And then just like, I think you can still get like the free month or week subscription, so you can burn through that too if you're looking for something to do this holiday season. All right, let's move on to the Comeback Kids segment this week, where we tell you what's back in the news, or just, what we feel like shoehorning back in the news. The Comeback Kids segment is brought to you by the Pass the Gravy merch store. I don't know about you guys, but we had a hell of a sale going on last week. The Black Friday sale We had the pre-Black Friday sale, which then turned into a Cyber Monday sale. I liked it. It was the same sale, but it's just like Black Friday sale, extended Black Friday sale, Cyber Monday. Like it was the same thing, 20% off. Use code Gravy Season. Does not apply anymore. But we were selling. I felt like we were moving some merch. So appreciate everybody buying the merch and people got the Christmas sweaters and stuff. If you when you get your stuff, tag us in a picture. I know Ashley sent us some stuff. She got the good news. I saw a dog today. She looked awesome in that. So yeah, you can still get the Christmas sweaters. And I would recommend like this week, you don't have to, I wouldn't say you got to do rush shipping or anything. Cause the people that my coworker Tessa got a sweater as well. And she said like it showed up a couple of days after she ordered it. So they're moving them pretty quick right now. But I would say like to be on the safe side, definitely for any like holiday parties, order this week. Like order by this weekend, to make sure you don't have to hit that rush shipping. But you definitely get it by Christmas, probably next week. But if you want to wear to the office holiday party or to the Spooktacular on December 18th at Southern Star Brewing Company, then you might want to order by the end of this weekend. So PassGradeMerch.com. We also have cropped hoodies. We have dad hats. We have beanies. We got the beanies with the white PTG logo, the murdered out beanies, black on black. We have all the Pastronaut hoodie, the Gravy Gang hoodie, all kinds of awesome stuff in the Pass the Gravy merch store. If you go and you get something, tag us at Pass the Gravy Pod. Let us know what you got because we love seeing you guys out there supporting the pod. PassTheGravyMerch.com.
Also, great time, even though nobody wears masks in Texas anymore, great time to get a gator though, because it's going to be cold. And when cold winds hit in your face, those things are fucking clutch.
All right. Comeback Kid. It's the Comeback Kid. The Comeback Kid of the week. The Comeback Kid of the week. Bitch. All right. Our first Comeback Kid this week. It's December. So end of the year lists because I put this down because I was like, oh, I got to beat the Spotify lists. And then today was the Spotify list because it is December 1st. And I'm not shitting on people that are posting it, but it's just like everybody's going to start posting their year-end lists. So just like get ready for it. And then also remember a lot of them are troll lists. So like don't be the guy that gets upset over a list that you didn't make because usually people are trolling to get the interactions, which I will 100,000% be doing throughout the Christmas season just because it's fun to do. The Cowboys fans very triggered by my tweeting of Whack Prescott the down short of the first lamb, whatever it is. I don't know. I was drunk tweeting again on Thanksgiving and people were not happy with me. But yeah, it's like, dude, I'm just doing it to fucking troll because I want people to get worked up over it. But so yeah, don't give into those lists. But then also I've seen people already bitching about the Spotify end of year list. Like I have Apple Music. So although I'm iHeartRadio, Robert and I have iHeartRadio. That's what we exclusively listen to. But I also, I don't pay for Apple Music, but I was given Apple Music by a friend. And that has a year-end list, but it doesn't have like a podcast one. But I do appreciate everybody that listens to us on Spotify and has tagged us as like a most listened to podcast. Because I think it was Alex O maybe. And it was like he's listened for like the thousands of minutes that people have listened to our dumbasses talk. I can't tell you how much we appreciate you guys. You guys are literally like if we weren't talking to anybody, then it wouldn't be there'd be no purpose. Like Robert wouldn't put up with us if you guys didn't listen. So we really appreciate you guys listening, and we love it when you guys share us. I mean, I know we're not going to be everybody's like A1 pod, but if you listen to us at all, we appreciate you. And if we're your number one podcast, like fucking badass. Like the people that we're on their list with, that's awesome. Then it's also awesome that like we are people's number one podcast. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for listening to us. And if you get tagged on, or if you you get your end of the year list and we're on any of them, tag us in it at Pass Your A Pod because we'll retweet you. We always like to share people that like us. That always it always looks good for us when people like us.
I laughed really hard today because I saw that the Spotify end of year lists were coming out, and I was like, man, I don't even remember listening to Spotify this year. Let's pull it up. And I pull it up and it goes, yeah, here's your end of thing. And the first card that pops up on mine is, you spent 237 minutes listening this year. That's more than 7% of other listeners in the United States. Bottom 8%, guys. I'm bottom
Ooh.
8%.
Alex O sent something. His top 3 podcasts. Pass the Gravy, number 1. Love you, Alex O. Number 2 is Play Pants with Rod Ryan and Jason Ginty. And then number 3, a recent study suggests, Robert Barbosa. So Robert is just fucking 2 of the top 3 of his podcasts from the year. I think we have a Robert Stan over here. Can we officially say we got a Robert Stan?
I'm a Robert Stan.
It's cool to like I'm not a big analytics guy, but when they just show you like this is the number, and like I feel like Spotify could just make up numbers, and I'd be like, oh, wow. But like, I feel like it's probably super easy for them to just repost. But like, somebody listened to us for 33,991 minutes this year.
Jesus. How?
What? That we talk that much? Maybe they listen to old episodes. I might be. I think because it's not 33.991 minutes. Listen to 226 episodes for a total of 33,991 minutes. That's fucking awesome. So it's Alex also. My bad. I'm just looking at I'm scrolling real fast on Twitter.
All I can think about
appreciate
right now
all
is
of you
that
guys.
I want
Alexis,
a shirt that says Robert
Mikey.
Stan.
I'm just the ones I'm looking at right now, but I appreciate all you guys that have shared them. And you guys are the best. Gravy Gang for life. But end of the year lists, those are back. So get ready for those, although they're already out. All right, other comeback kid. This is what I'm really excited about is Living Room Bed. Living Room Bed, boys. It's a coming back. All right, got the freeze. Had to use the living room bed for some emergency situations, and I may have like rubbed it up against a wall accidentally, and it got a hole in it, so I couldn't use the air mattress anymore. So I got a new air mattress. Emma's sister coming into town this weekend, and she's gonna stay with us. She's gonna stay on the new air mattress, which means when she leaves, guess what's staying?
Until Emma says no more.
No, living room bed.
No, I'm 100% on board with living room bed. But eventually Emma's going to make you put it away.
Well, she's going to until I'm like, just crawl in. And then she's like, you're right. I can stay for one more day. And then I do the exact same thing all over again. It was here for a while last time. It had a really solid run the first time of living room bed. But having a blow up bed in your living room is a game changer.
Here's what we'll do. As soon as she starts acting like it needs to be put back up, I'll come over, we'll get drunk and be like, oh, Pat needs to stay. Good thing living room bed is out. And then that'll give you another couple days. You just have somebody crash.
And then Robert has to come crash. But like you just gotta come act like you're gonna crash. And then like we'll stay up late, like playing video games or like watching a game or a movie or whatever. And then you go to bed. Oh, actually, I gotta go. Something came up. I gotta go. And it'll be too late to like, hey, we'll put the bed up in the morning. And then like I wake up. The bed's already out. Why don't we just one more day?
Then she just gets up and you're already just eating cereal in living room bed.
Exactly. She was just like, you don't ever get like you don't come to like the regular bed. I was like, I know. I got a living room bed. Why would I want to move? I'm in my living room.
You should just turn your bedroom into like her home office and put your bed in the living room, and your bed could be living room bed.
We sleep in separate beds all the time.
No,
separate. Like we just have our own room. I sleep in the living room. You don't.
You just go full Skip Bayless on it. Saturday nights we sleep together. The rest of the time, Daddy's got to watch sports late.
Yeah, Skip Bayless and his wife do that, and it's like because you don't want to wake her up, like rolling into bed. All right.
Hey, it works for them. Ernestine's a strong lady.
Great name too. Great name, but
phenomenal.
Living room bed. That's gonna make a comeback, and I am I'm very, very, very stoked to have living room bed back in my life.
I'm excited for you, man.
Dude, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate your enthusiasm for it. I felt like it divided some people in the Gravy Gang when we had it last year.
It was probably guys versus gals. Guys think it's a great idea, and women are like, "You're just cluttering my fucking life."
Quite a few of the women. Not that we respect your opinions. I'm gonna lean in favor of.
It's just one of those basic differences between men and women. Men want beds in every room, and women are like, "Why are you so fucking stupid?"
It also just makes me wish that we were like in the Jetsons world already, where like then you could just build in like a button that I hit, and then like out of the floor comes living room bed, and then I could just hit the button and it goes back down.
Did you see the news about that?
It is an air mattress, so it does actually do that. So never mind.
Did you see the news
It's
about
already
George
been done.
Jetson?
He has a daughter named Judy.
No, it came out on Twitter this week that George Jetson will be conceived this week. Because it had his like actual birthday and stuff.
It was like 2022.
Something like that, yeah. Hold on. I'm gonna look it up right now. George Jetson birthday. But yeah, George Jetson is gonna be conceived like this week.
Was that like one of those Back to the Future things where like every year, hey, this is the exact date from Back to the Future? It's like, no, that just gets photoshopped every single
August 27th, 2022 is his birthday. George motherfucking Jetson is gonna be born this next year.
Dude, that means we're very close to flying cars.
We're so close, man. And robots that are like chill, we're gonna get on robots. But
well, you know what? Let's get to robots right now. The robot invasion. Robot invasion is back because I think we have been on the ground floor since day one telling you like we don't fucking trust them. It's a bad idea. It's a whole Jurassic Park situation waiting to just happen, but with robots. So like they can do way worse stuff than dinosaurs. But apparently they have made robots that are like living robots where they like used stem cells from some sort of toad, and like they're like microscopic little sized.
They're less than a millimeter wide.
It's like sea monkeys basically, but
they're reproducing in a way never before seen in plants or animals.
Robot sea monkeys. Guys. But now they found out that they are reproducing. Fuck, they can heal themselves and they are reproducing. How could this go bad? It can't, except for the fact that they like just like reproduce and get bigger and then kill us. We're fucked, guys. We're fucked. Like, why? Why do we do things like this? We have other stuff. Figure out how to give everybody clean water, not how to make robots fuck each other and reproduce. That's a terrible use of our time, of our resources. We can't be building robot dogs that can flip over on anything and just basically are just killing machines that just haven't quite developed the fact that like we want them to work for us, but they're going to turn on us. Like when they realize that, we're done. It's over with. And like these robots can already like colonize. They're too small for us to see. So they're going to grow up big enough to where like there's going to be too many microscopic ones. And then they just, it's like, was it War of the Worlds where it's like they were already here? They were already here. Are they the little microscopic robots that are going to go down into the ground and get the fucking spaceships then? Like, is that what's going to happen?
This is bad in my head. This is going to be a little bit of a controversial take, but I think there's only one group of people that can save us now. And it's hardcore far right evangelical Christians. Because the way that these things reproduce is they collect stem cells in their mouth, incubate them there for a few days, and then bam, a new one of them is just there. Evangelicals don't like the use of stem cells. They consider that little dead babies. And if we put them in charge and they cut off the ability to use stem cells. What?
They're rose stems, I thought.
Oh, I just read that it said stem cells. Okay, good. Because it's never a good idea to put evangelicals in charge.
They're totally not.
I don't know. I skimmed
But
and I saw the word stem cell.
Like, I don't think that stem cell has anything to do with rose stems.
Why? Xenobots? That's the name you came up with? They sound
evil. Let's name them like a transformer, something terrifying sounding.
This is bad.
Was Murdertron not available?
Enjoy the time we got left, guys, because we don't have a lot of it.
Our days are numbered, and just we keep doing this shit. Like, oh hey, now we made this robot that has knives in its hand, so it can cut stuff. And it's like, why? But you know what else it could do is murder. Why? We don't need this stuff. We don't need this at all.
I'm sure there's some practical application for it, but
I
don't think we need it.
I get that they can listen. I don't think we need it. I get that we kind of tried to suck up a little bit before y'all did, where you're like, I'm cool, robot, wink, wink. But like when they take over, it's not going to be cool for us.
No, when they take over, you better own a gun.
Oh, dude, they're going to
for yourself.
Robots are going to be able to handle guns.
No, I'm saying for yourself.
Oh, you want
Make
that?
it quick.
You want to go out that? If you want to go that route,
Because the robots
Although
aren't going to make it
people-
quick.
if you're struggling with that, reach out though. If you're struggling with thoughts of suicide, reach out. We are not a prescription drug commercial where we have like Pat dancing around and we're like, also side effects could include shitting blood for 6 weeks, dying, bleeding out of your nose, and
Thoughts
your
of
urethra
KYS.
exploding.
What?
Yeah, I don't know. It's always like the worst, like most like, wait, what? Anal
I don't know.
fissures?
I was about to say, I
Ah.
don't know what anal fissures are, but it's always a symptom. And I feel like if it causes anal fissures, you probably just need to live with what you got.
I don't know what Chantix is, but I'm gonna try and stay away from it. And also, after watching that show Dope Sick on Hulu, like I don't want any prescription drugs. I'm just scared. I'm gonna get addicted to everything now. That's just what the show made me feel like. I was like, this is
Irish
bad. I don't
medicine,
want it.
man. Just whiskey.
Exactly. Fire water.
There you go.
So robots are gonna kill us all, and we're fucked. That's a comeback kid. Another comeback kid is Variants. We
Oh
got
my
a new
God.
one remix. The
Bah, 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 bah.
COVID has kind of gotten to the point where it's like now that's what I call music. Like Robert, I don't know if you remember those commercials. It was like
Volume
now
21.
44. This time it hurts to breathe sometimes. It may not be able, or you may not be able to stop it with a vaccine. It's more deadly to children.
Also,
Other hits, such as shortness of breath.
the most ridiculous thing I've seen out of this, because I think most of us, I'll say me and other people I've talked to, are just kind of like, all right, guys, COVID's just a thing that's in the world now. It is what it is. I don't think it's going away, but life has already started back up again, so we're just going to keep on fucking living. At least I am. But they keep naming the new variants, and it's based off of what the was it the Greek alphabet or whatever the fuck it
Greek
is?
alphabet, yeah.
Latin. I don't know if
Omicron.
this was
So
just
next
a
one is
huge.
pi. The next
But
one will be pi.
What's
think.
before Omicron that we just skipped?
Alpha, beta, gamma, delta, epsilon, zeta, eta, theta, ida.
Z,
I don't know.
XI. That's why I don't know if this was a whole, but I saw a lot of things online like, why? Wait, we just skipped this one. It was XI, and I don't buy into a lot of conspiracy theories, but I'm in on this one. Leader of China's name is XI.
Look, buddy, I did my research.
Just like, did we really just skip calling it that because they didn't want to piss off the leader of China, even though it's just the next letter of the alphabet?
Or that's already a variant that like wasn't like a big concern.
No,
That could also
like,
have been it.
no, because like there was 6 variants before it that I didn't hear about either. But also that was one that got skipped too. Which, by the way, I've heard of like 4 variants. Apparently, we're on like 22 or like 16 or something.
Yeah, I think some of them aren't like a big deal. I don't know. I'm not a scientist, so I really should not be speaking on
What?
COVID.
That's right. We're medical
But-
doctors, not scientist
we're
doctors.
Website or internet doctors.
PTGMD.
And I did watch a whole show with the main character being a doctor. So basically, I am a doctor now, actually.
Oh yeah, I've watched so much Scrubs. I know how to diagnose shit.
Yeah, I've watched Scrubs as well. So equally.
I can't do it all on my
qualified.
own.
Well, yeah,
I'm no
I'm
Superman.
a Superman.
What a great theme song.
Like the people that got that, and the people that didn't, they're just like whatever.
Yeah.
All right, so variants are back. So yeah, Omicron. But what I'm surprised is like my Leslie Note brain, where I'm thinking of a headline: "Oh my cron, a new variant."
Here's what the reaction you're going to get from that is. Like me, people that appreciate it and laugh. People that are just like, rah, 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 it's not even new. Rah, 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 rah. And 3 people that are like, it's not even okay to joke about. You need
People
to
have
stay away
died.
from the 2 that didn't
Alex,
laugh.
people have died. All right. What you're doing right now is just giggling at their deaths. It's like I'm not giggling at anybody's deaths.
I was.
I'm making a joke on a name.
Laugh at what makes you laugh, people. We're all going to be dead from the robots soon enough anyway, so enjoy yourself.
Robots are gonna kill us all, so just whatever, guys. Enjoy it this short time we have. Next up, our comeback kid is Barbados. Pew, 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 pew. Barbados is now officially a republic. I didn't know it wasn't a republic. I don't know what it was before that, but I just I wanted to go to the person on the show whose name sounds the closest to Barbados, Robert Barbosa. What are your thoughts? How do you feel? Congratulations.
Are you going to
Thank
run
you.
for president?
I just really wanted to take this time to thank Rihanna. I think there hasn't been enough thanking Rihanna in this process because, she shines bright like some sort of jewel or
Diamond?
something.
I think it's a diamond or it's an
Probably
umbrella.
a diamond. Oh,
He's
yeah.
from Barbados?
She did something. I don't remember exactly.
I was going to say the only person that I know for sure is from Barbados is Futurama's Hermes Conrad.
Like pirates are from Barbados.
Maybe.
From movies, I feel like they're always in Barbados at least. Off the coast of Barbados, matey. I don't know. That just sounds like something a pirate would say.
Oh, I mean, it's in the Caribbean, so they definitely visited.
Right. So, but Mr. Barbosa, your thoughts on Barbados? You're stoked? You thrilled?
Captain Barbosa was in that movie too, so another connection there.
Well,
In Parts of the Caribbean?
Yeah.
I've heard that a lot. I've never seen the movie, but I've heard that before.
Oh, you'd like them. Watch them. They're good.
I think you would like Pirates of the Caribbean.
I thought you were saying I would like Captain Barbosa.
It's got a monkey.
No, you would. He's a bad guy.
Well, he's got a monkey.
Monkey's cool. The monkey's cool. Well, the monkey's better than him. I'd take the monkey over him every day.
Yeah.
Can you really be a
Barbosa's
bad guy
also
if you have a
scary.
monkey, though?
He has an octopus beard that's scary.
Well, he has redeeming qualities.
Yeah, but watch the movie.
Later movies.
Learn about him on the movies. But yeah, Barbados, it's back. So congratulations, Robert.
Thank you. I got my independence.
I don't know what a republic means now. Does that mean they can vote?
Yes.
They have their own thing. Cool.
Yeah, they elected their first president.
Well, I mean, just because it says republic doesn't mean that, they actually, I mean, we have the Democratic Republic of Korea. That's North Korea. They're not actually a republic, but they did hold elections already, so they're proving it. They're acting on.
Hey, Hannity, shut up.
Oh, that actually reminds me of another comeback hit, distinctive looks. So a while back.
What?
This will make sense. A while back, Kim Jong-il outlawed anybody in Korea from getting his haircut because he thought too many people were copying him. Now he just outlawed everyone from wearing that fucking duster jacket that he wears. He doesn't want anybody in the country to look like him. That
Like
fucking
Neo
made me laugh.
from the
Basically,
Matrix?
he thinks if he puts on little dark sunglasses, in his mind he will think he's Neo. There's a little offshoot there, but it made me laugh when I heard
that
about
went
it.
weird. Yeah. But okay, Hannity, knock it off, dude. Mr.
Wasn't
I'm
even-
talking politics about everything.
That wasn't even political.
I know.
Crazy guy that doesn't want anyone to dress like him.
All right. Our next comeback kid is the college football coaching carousel. Carousel is a fun word, just pointing that out. But some shit's gone down, guys. And over the weekend, Pat, who is not a graduate of Notre Dame, but you would think he is by the amount of rooting he does for Notre Dame. Brian Kelly left, and Pat had some not nice words about Brian Kelly. And
I've since come around.
He's gone.
I'm hurt.
Brian Kelly left. He became the head coach of LSU because Ed Orgeron, go Tigers. He got his last win. He beat A&M. So whoops. Right. They beat the Ags, and he's on his way out. So that was a cool way to go out for Orgeron. But then they hired Brian Kelly, who I don't know. I didn't see that coming. I don't think a lot of people saw that coming.
Nobody saw it coming. It was shocking, to say the least. After 12 years at the school, there had been rumors over the years that he would go to the NFL, but nothing ever even came close to materializing. He's said before that he always wanted to coach Notre Dame. Brian Kelly, he's an Irish Catholic guy. And out of nowhere, this just happened. And I was hurt. I said, I will always love Brian Kelly, and I wish him zero success at LSU. I've since come around on it. I love him too much. He did too much for the school. I can never be mad. I was excited to get to hate LSU again. I've always hated LSU my whole life, or at least since as soon as Saban got to LSU, I hated LSU. because I hated him from Michigan State, and they just steal athletes from Texas. Fuck them.
You should just become a
but then Coach
Texas
O
State
got
fan.
I am a Texas State fan also, but my team is Notre Dame. I root for Texas State because I went there. Whatever. Then Orgeron got to LSU. And I was like, I like that guy, but fuck him. But then it just, you can't ever not like Coach O. So I started liking LSU. Joe Burrow was cool. Justin Jefferson. It was a fun era. And I was like, sweet. Now that they're gone, I can go back to hating LSU again. And then they hire my favorite coach of all time. So
your favorite coach of all time?
Brian Kelly? Probably either him or Lou Holtz. I love Brian Kelly because he was so fucking successful. Like, think about
How
what
old
Notre
were
Dame.
you when Lou Holtz was around?
Well, he won the Natty in '88, so that was 2 years before I was born.
So you don't like. He's nothing to you.
No, but he's fun. He's
It's like
Holtz.
being like,
He's
oh, Vince Lombardi is my favorite coach.
I mean,
like, okay, cool. No, that doesn't count. You have to have like watched him.
Okay, well then it's probably Brian Kelly. He turned Notre
You
Dame
pick
into
him
like
over Mike McCarthy, dude. The
yes.
human stuffing.
Yes, I would take him over Mike McCarthy.
We hope he gets back to full strength as fast as possible because the Cowboys are way worse when you're there.
Yeah. But Brian Kelly turned Notre Dame into a nothing, like just a perennial middling school, into a every year like top 7-8 school.
You ever heard of Charlie Weiss, dude?
He had 2 years and he did it with Tyrone Willingham's players. As soon as he got his own players in, Charlie Weiss couldn't do shit. That fat fupa having piece of shit.
Wow.
The guy's so fucking fat.
We don't weight
I
shame
can call him
on this
fat.
show. We don't weight
I'm
shame on
fat.
this show.
I'm allowed to speak. No, you guys aren't allowed to weight shame. I'm fat. I'm allowed to speak on weight issues.
This is a body positivity show.
Yeah, and I'm positive
you're looking
that his
slim,
body's
buddy.
fat as fuck.
You're looking slim. I thought you were looking very slim today.
You're a liar.
Robert even said it when you got up earlier. He was like, Pat's looking like a snack. And I was like, you're right. He is.
I always look like a snack. I'm a unit, man.
Body positivity, guys.
But yeah, it's gonna suck. He's gone. Apparently, he wants to take like the whole staff with him. Which why wouldn't he? He's been very successful with them.
But you know why he left, though, right? Like it makes sense.
Well, I've said for a couple years,
you don't have grades
Notre Dame
to worry about.
Yes,
you don't.
You don't have to be able to write your own
thing.
fucking name to get into LSU. LSU, you could be dumb as a box of shit and still get in. Notre Dame, you have to be a good student athlete. Like I've said for years, the number one thing that has held Notre Dame back the last couple of years, we've had the D line, we've had the O line, we've had skill position players. It's really hard to get the elite quarterback into Notre Dame. And that's been the one thing that's been holding back. You can get that at LSU very fucking
Brady
easily.
Quinn.
I said it's hard. He was. Doesn't come a lot. Then we also got Jimmy Clausen, who turned into a nothing burger, but he was the number one recruit in the nation. It's hard to get that number one guy to want to go to Notre Dame. It's a lot easier to get him to go to LSU. So it makes sense.
Like,
plus,
LSU is like, you got all this stuff. You can do all this. We're going to probably win a national title if you're here. And then Notre Dame's like, we have gold helmets.
And history, and we're awesome.
History's problematic at times, so I don't want to base everything on history.
You know, I would bet that LSU's history is more problematic than Notre Dame's,
but they're not built on history
because they can't talk about it.
They're built on football.
But yeah, so it hurts, it sucks, but that's college football. Now my attention is firmly set on Luke Fickell. I want him to become Notre Dame's coach. People are like, why would he leave Cincinnati? They're undefeated. Because Notre Dame is as far, if not more of a step up from Cincinnati than LSU is from Notre Dame. That's fucking why.
I don't think he's going to leave until after the playoff, though.
Oh, yeah, no.
If it was anything.
Also, I would find it absolutely hilarious because Notre Dame can still get in.
They won't.
Well, if Georgia beats Bama, Bama's out.
But they're not going to get in.
And then if Michigan loses to Iowa, who are they playing? Iowa? Yeah, that's not going to happen either. But
Georgia needs to beat Bama, and then Baylor needs to beat Oklahoma State.
Yeah, which both things could happen. And then what if Notre Dame went on and won the Natty without Brian Kelly? And as much as I love Brian Kelly, I would hope that Notre Dame would be petty and be like, you don't get a ring. You weren't coaching at the school when we won.
No, he was, though. He was his team.
No. I'm sorry. He's no longer at Notre Dame. So if we won a game when he wasn't there, That's the one thing I would want them to be petty about. I love Brian Kelly.
That's how college football is. I don't feel bad with the transfer portal the way it is. Like it used to be. So like if you don't watch college football or care right now, we're gonna try and wrap this up. But like like the transfer, like it used to be like if a coach left, you were just kind of stuck there and you had to wait a year. You had to sit out a season if you transferred before you could play. So you'd have to like eat a year of eligibility, or you'd have to like be a late junior or whatever it was. Now you can like transfer and play the next year. So like if you're like a backup, like the guy at Oklahoma, Spencer Rattler, like you can just transfer when you get replaced. And that's why like a lot of people don't have a bunch of depth, like quarterbacks or those big positions. But like it allows people the opportunity to play faster. And so it's like I don't feel like you're not leaving recruits high and dry, but whatever.
I mean, also he's making $9.5 million a year, and with incentives, the possibility of it being $15 million a year. Can't really be mad at taking that.
I'm gonna throw out a name. And I just want to get a feel from you on like if he were to get offered the Notre Dame job, and I hope he doesn't, but like Casey Killer, Sam Houston State, what if he gets, national champion winning coach?
I'd be very happy with that.
It's probably like obviously he'd turn the program or keep the program running like it already is. But like, does Casey Keeler want to
turn out winners?
Does he want to leave a dynasty at Sam Houston State for Notre Dame?
I don't think he does.
You gotta wonder.
The other thing, we do have to mention it really quick because
I don't know about you, but I'm not leaving Sam Houston State for Notre Dame. So I know there have been some rumors, Casey Keeler potentially to Notre Dame, but we're here to say that I've not heard, somebody that has not reached out to any reporters, I have not heard anything to make me think that Casey Keeler is going to accept the job at Notre Dame.
It would be dope, though.
Please dispel those rumors.
Also Lincoln Riley went to USC.
Would you clip that so I can throw that in, and then they'll be like, Sam Houston State head coach rumored to go to Notre Dame?
Do you want to start that rumor? Do you want to start that rumor? Because what if that rumor gains steam and he's gone?
Casey would never.
I also thought Brian Kelly would never, but $9.5 million speaks a lot of volume.
Yeah, he didn't win a national championship. Casey can already win a national championship.
Yeah, but Notre Dame can also pay him like $6 million a year. It's a lot of money.
Sam Houston's a big money school, dude. Sam Houston's a big money school.
Also, we got to mention the thing that actually happened before this one, Lincoln Riley going to USC. I was actually kind of excited about that. I was like, good. Now Notre Dame's going to kick the shit out of Lincoln Riley because he's a piece of shit and he's going to fail there. And then Brian Kelly left and I got depressed. So it was a rough last 48 hours for your boy Pat, but I'm getting through it. I didn't even drink about it yesterday.
That's good.
I also didn't have school. I didn't have any alcohol in my house. I'm sorry. When did you live in New York?
It's a professional team. I don't have there's not like a tie to that. You're just rooting for a team, but I didn't go. It's like not a college. But
you didn't live in New York.
I have family in New York, but yeah, no, like I was born in Memphis, Tennessee. There was no team, so I picked the Giants.
Oh, my entire family for generations has rooted for Notre Dame, but yeah,
But
yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Root for your own team,
Fuck you.
Root for T State.
And once you get a quarterback who's got a working neck.
We have Eric Schmidt. He's fine. My quarterback's neck is great. He's a super. Honestly, yeah, that's our next comeback kid. Is necks. Necks are back because Daniel Jones is an absolute hero. Does Daniel Jones, for playing with basically a broken neck, it was a strained neck, but it was basically a broken neck because strain is I've heard that a strain is worse than a break sometimes. So you tell me which is worse, a broken neck or a strained neck. But I'm gonna say it's basically but he has basically a broken neck. And
here's how I can tell you that a broken neck is worse than a strained neck, because you're saying it was basically broken. You're not saying it was basically strained.
True. But Daniel Jones he basically broke his neck on the second play of the Eagles-Giants game and then played through it like a hero.
Could have been standing there.
Won a game. He got right back up. He didn't care. He didn't know. He was like, dude, fuck you, neck. Figure it out. And then his neck was later on like, actually, no, this really hurts. But he played through it. He played through it on adrenaline alone. The second play of the game, wins the game for the Giants. Giants, don't know if you saw the In the Hunt graphic. the in the hunt graphic is where the Giants are still in, just a game and a half out of playoff spot. Who would have thought? So yes, I am going to have my heart broken again because it looks like Mike Glennon is starting because Daniel Jones is probably going to miss, but he also may not miss. And I sent Pat, and actually I tweeted this too, but it was the Greg Jennings video from, like, you can tell like somebody's internet age if they get the Greg Jennings video. The Greg Jennings,
so
Madden,
much
like,
determination.
yo, he put the team on his back,
though.
Dude got a broken, like, Robert, do you know?
Look at this shit. Look at this shit. Look at this shit.
No idea.
Just when we're done with this, if you're listening right now, you have no idea what we're talking about. Pause this right here and go YouTube Greg Jennings Madden
video.
And that'll be it'll be the one with all of the views. And but it was like from like, I was in high school, like early high school, ninth grade, maybe 8th grade. And it was some dudes like when you could first like start, I don't even think it was like a Twitch or anything. It was just like him recording his TV. And he was playing Madden and he was like, yo, this dude, Greg fucking Jennings, he broke his fucking leg. Dude broke his fucking leg. But watch this shit. And he's like, let's go into mine of a Greg Jennings. Like, I know it like word for word. And then he like,
I love that you're recreating or reenacting the video.
He says like the N-word about, so I can't use all that, but like he like just shows like he like had like an 80-90 yard touchdown run with Greg Jennings on his friend.
Like 2 broken tackles.
But his friend's name is like Gumby. His gamer tag is Gumby. He's like, fuck you, Gumby. That's how he ended it. And yeah, it was just, he put the team on his back though. He got a broken fucking leg and he put the team on his back. And that's what Daniel Jones, if he plays with a broken neck, basically broken neck, then, you know, does he deserve a Purple Heart is really the question I think we need to be asking ourselves.
I mean, it's almost as impressive as Aaron Rodgers playing with a fractured toe.
He was injured in battle. And then, but like literally, like he probably had to put the team on his back because he couldn't put it on his neck.
That's true. So who do you think you're going to be drafting at quarterback next year?
Nobody. We're not. He's our guy. He's our guy. Dan Stan, day one. Let's go. Daniel Jones is a good quarterback. He was a good quarterback in that Eagles game. Just the offensive line's not great right now, man.
That game was fucking ugly to watch.
It's very stressful, but also fuck
especially
fucking sucks. Jalen
Rager,
especially
if you had Jalen
both the
Hurts
Jalens.
Fucking, if you played Jalen Hurts in fantasy,
nobody
put him on. Yeah, I know, but
Jalen Hurts, not the guy. Like maybe get a quarterback. If your quarterback can't throw, I always feel like that's a problem.
He's a backup, and you can give him a couple packages guy.
But yeah, he's like maybe throw him in like a Taysom Hill type role where he's like a utility guy. But like when your biggest thing you need to do is like a quarterback, I would say throwing is at least like 75% of what you're supposed to be able to do. You know, when you can't throw.
Well, let me put it this way:
he interceptions.
He's good enough to be a starter in the league, but he's a very bottom tier starter. Like if he's on your team, you want him in the backup role, and you feel comfortable.
Davis Mills was a starter in the NFL.
That was out of injury necessity. Like there was just nothing else to put out there. But if Jalen Hurts is on your team, you want him to be your backup. Like if he's your starter, you're like, well, we're not winning anything this year. But if he's your backup and your starter goes down for even up to like 4 weeks, you're like, okay, he can get us through that time. You don't want him starting every game of the year because he'll have games where he looks good, but then also he has games where he has 4 interceptions and like 71 passing yards over the course of an entire fucking game.
This is going to be a weird take. And again, apologies to people who don't play Madden, but like I don't play Madden either. For my mental health, and the sake of buying controllers, I don't buy Madden anymore because I get very frustrated with that game. But like Jalen Hurts is so appealing to us because I feel like the millennials are like adults now. Like we've grown up. Like right now, like, you know, we've got a voice and shit. Some people do, but like the Madden generation. Jalen Hurts is like a fun quarterback to play with on Madden, where like it's like if I can run a weird offense with this guy at quarterback, like I'm in. Like Taysom Hill's probably really fun to play with on Madden, but like I wouldn't want him to start for my team. You know, like since Michael Vick broke video games,
I'm
like
excited.
Anybody
to see
that you can run the ball with a lot like that. Anybody that like you can like run a weird style of like run first. Like, and that's like he's what he is basically Lamar Jackson. He's basically what Lamar Jackson is. And Lamar Jackson didn't have I think he threw 4 interceptions this weekend, but Lamar Jackson's a better quarterback than Jalen Hurts is. And like, that's what they think they're trying to do. But like Lamar Jackson can still throw the ball sometimes. Like Jalen Hurts can't throw the football. And it's like, that's a huge flaw in your game. If you can like Denard Robinson, I loved Denard Robinson. I thought he was a really fun player, but he couldn't throw the ball. And it's like, that's why he didn't work out as a quarterback in the NFL.
I hated Denard Robinson because him playing at Michigan against Notre Dame back in the day, the dude literally couldn't throw the ball 25 yards down the field. And he was absolutely shredding Notre Dame defenses. Like all you had to do was stack the box. And even if somebody gets behind you, he can't throw it far enough. Reach him, You'll have room to catch up. But he was so ridiculously athletic. He would just break open plays every 4 fucking minutes.
I think we have like the people that thought that Jalen Hurts was a good quarterback. Like I'm like he's a solid, serviceable backup, but it's like it is the Madden generation that thought that because like he'd be so fun to play on Madden. That guy would be so sick, and like you didn't have NCAA to play with him on because that wasn't a thing then. So you're just like fuck. All right, like he's going to be our starter. Like I think the Eagles sold themselves on that, and that's not it. And Daniel Jones is just a Madden quarterback, which makes him a great guy that you would want to be your starter.
I mean, he's also the fastest quarterback in the league.
Fastest quarterback in the league. That's just a fact. So necks are back because Daniel Jones, superhero pretty much. He's a warrior. And I mean, if they don't give him a Purple Heart, the Greg Jennings Award will make that up for the Gravies, and we'll give it to Daniel Jones. But
or Aaron Rodgers.
Neck, I would say, is a little tougher. But also necks are back because Mike Glennon is going to have to start if Daniel Jones doesn't. And Mike Glennon has a neck that's like 9 feet long. He's like a giraffe. So, yeah.
Tough one.
Necks are back. And we got that going for us. Cool. But while we're on football, let's get into the Past the Gravy Picks segment, the PTG Picks segment. Let's recap last week. We went 1-2.
My 2-1 streak ended. I talked about it and it ended.
Yep. Went 1-2. What was it doesn't matter. But I really misread the Chargers, I think. We both misread the Chargers.
We both did.
On that.
We both did.
So fuck the Chargers. That's what I wanted to say here.
Yeah.
But on the season, I am 21-15. Pat is 18-17 and 1. I guess since we tied, you had the better week most recently. So I'll go again. I'll go first again. And let's pick some games for this week. We got our 3 picks like we usually do. I am going to take, even though I was just shitting on Jalen Hurts, I'm going to take Jalen Hurts and the Eagles against the Jets because the Jets aren't a very good football team. I think the Eagles are a mediocre football team. And I think the Eagles are going to have like a little bit of a bounce back game. And I expect the Jets to just kind of suck. It's really I don't trust the Jets more than anything about like the Eagles. I don't think the Eagles are going to blow the doors off of them or anything. I think the Eagles definitely can beat them by a touchdown, and it's -6.5. So I will lay 6.5 points to take the Eagles.
Yeah, I don't see the Jets winning 2 in a row.
That also. And there were just honestly a lot of this week's lines felt like trap lines. And I tried to galaxy brain it and just like, nope, not playing that game. Not touching that one. Nope, not because there were not like 3 or 4 games. Like, that's too easy. Why is this spread only like 2.5? Like there were a couple of games where you're like, not touching that.
There was a few. There was a lot of lines that were just
Patriots getting 2.5 points. It's begging you to take the Patriots on Monday Night Football, which means the Bills are going to blow them out.
Which also, but it's the Bills at home, so like they should win by a good amount, but it's the Patriots, so that it pretzels your mind.
Right. So I was just like, not touching that. Not touching that. Well, I probably will still bet it, but don't touch that.
Oh, yeah. That's we're waiting till Sunday's line for that game.
Right. So I'm going to take Eagles -6.5 over the Jets. Like you said, Jets aren't going to win 2 games in a row, and I think the Eagles can win by a touchdown easily in that one. This one did sort of feel like a trap. Actually, this feels like a trap line, but I initially
had it as my 3rd game. I pulled it.
I couldn't not take it It is very trappy feeling because I don't know about Jimmy Garoppolo. San Francisco -3.5 over the Seahawks. Seahawks are so bad, dude. They couldn't
San
move the
Francisco
ball
should
against
win this by
Washington.
like 2.5 scores.
This should be 7.5. Like should be the spread, I thought.
Yeah.
And if it's only that, then it's like by a field goal. Yeah, I think they definitely win. It's a divisional game.
And I get it's in Seattle.
NFC West is but still, I think
when I saw the
49ers.
line, I took 49ers too at first. I ended up pulling it because I was like, is Russ's finger like secretly healthy now and they're just not telling it?
Well, and you know what else made me really hammer this home? Because I was about to pull this bet because like you were saying, it feels trappy, but they posted they're going to wear the white on white color rushes. And I was like, okay, well, color rush jerseys are going to crush. So I'm going to go with the
Seattle's color rush though, man. The neon green.
But old school, like San Fran, like that's history, and that's a winning history.
They're gonna run it right down their fucking throat.
If Deebo Samuel's healthy, I think that maybe that's why the line is bad.
Too late.
I don't know. But I'm gonna go 49ers -3.5 over the Seahawks. That seems too easy. It seems too easy. And if I lose money on that, like that's one of those bets where you're like, yeah, I'm not gonna take 3.5 from the Seahawks. That's one of those where like I don't feel bad losing money on it. You're just like, fuck that, dude. San Fran should have won that game. Like you can't give me shit for that one not hitting. Like that should have gone. I'm also gonna go Baltimore -4.5 over the Steelers. That felt trappy at first, but it's like Ben Roethlisberger is not good anymore, and TJ Watt is on IR. So
I forgot TJ Watt was on IR. Otherwise, I probably would have taken that one too.
TJ Watt's on IR, and also Lamar Jackson just threw for 4 interceptions and a win. I think he has a bounce back game, and I think they beat the Steelers by like 2 touchdowns. I'm feeling like this is a double-digit win for the Ravens, and yeah, that's why I'm going to go Ravens -4.5. Pat, what say you? We got 3 different picks, or both of us have different picks the entire time.
Yeah, like I said, I almost took San Fran as my third one. I didn't. I've explained that. First, Cincinnati -3 over the Chargers. Chargers are not good. They're just not. They can't stop the run, and Joe Mixon is either the first or second best running back on the planet right now. He's got two touchdowns in I think 3 or 4 straight games now for Mixon.
Like how long can LA do this without like having that bounce back game? I feel like it was both LA teams, so that's why I just kind of stayed away. I was like, I could also see the Chargers blowing the doors off of them and just winning this in like a weird blowout.
I don't know. I think since he's back in their good groove, so
I hope so. I'm a big Burrow fan.
Yeah, love Burrow. Cincy -3 over the Chargers. Second one, Arizona -8 over Chicago. Matt Nagy is Chicago's coach, and Justin Fields probably isn't playing. And Arizona just came off their bye, and everyone should be healthy now, right? Like they're gonna kill Chicago. Chicago's defense is bad. Khalil Mack is out for the year. They're just bad.
Yeah.
Arizona's way better. I don't even know who's home and away. Doesn't matter. I think it might be in Chicago. Doesn't fucking matter.
Whatever.
Yeah. It's like there's a little look ahead to next week's line. Sunday Night Football in Lambeau, Packers versus Bears. Doesn't matter what the line is. Take the Packers. I don't care if the line's 18. I'm taking the Packers in that game.
I'm not gonna.
But that's 18. That's a look ahead. Last one, Indy -9 over Houston. Jonathan Taylor's going to run for 260 yards.
Yep. Then again, I don't do double-digit points. I don't lay double-digit points,
but it's not double-digit. It's 9.
It's going to be double-digit by game time. So it's like that's basically double.
Which reminds me,
you have to win by 10. You got to win by 10.
I need to bet that today so that I can get that line. But Indy's looking really strong right now. They blew that game last week. I don't know how because they just decided to stop running in the second half or in the third quarter.
Yeah.
Houston can't stop the run. Indy's the best running team in football right now. It's that simple. Jonathan Taylor's unfucking stoppable.
So let's recap our picks then. Pat's got the Bengals -3 over the Chargers, the Cards -8 over the Bears, and the Colts -9 over the Texans. And then I have the Eagles -6.5 over the Jets, 49ers -3.5 over the Seahawks, and the Ravens -4.5 over the Steelers. All right, let's move on to the What Would Jesus Do segment. Actually, go follow Gravy Gambles too, at Gravy Gambles on Twitter.
Yeah.
If you want to see all of our gambling picks from every day. What would Jesus do? That is a segment where we ask you guys to send us questions that you might wonder, like, would Jesus do this if he was back in today's times? Like, if like throw Jesus in modern times and hit us up with some questions you'd like to know the answers to. We always had the what would Jesus do bracelets, but they never told us like answers on the other side, like a fortune cookie. I always felt like they should have an answer on that, because it's like, well, sometimes I want to know, and there's not like a magic what would Jesus do ball that we still need to make that verbal trademark if that's not already made. But that's why we just started doing this segment. So hit us up, hashtag PTGWWJD to @PassGreePod on Twitter. That's how we'll get them. We're going to do this segment until you guys stop sending them to us @PassGreePod, hashtag PTGWWJD. This is the What Would Jesus Do segment.
Jesus, what would Jesus do? Jesus, what would Jesus do? Put him in a situation in a matter of time. If you wrote this jingle, do you think he'd make it rhyme? So think about this crazy world in which we live today, and how would Jesus handle it in any given way?
All right, this week's What Would Jesus Do comes to us from David Ruiz @David_Ruiz90 on Twitter. He says, would Jesus be team iPhone or team Android? This is going to be a fast one. He's going to be team iPhone.
It'd be team Android. It'd be team Android. Android is the most used worldwide. He's going to want to connect to the most people worldwide.
Yes, but when you're not,
he's not going to want a green. He's not going to want a green bubble.
No. It's not even that. It's just when you're in a group chat and you need to add people, and they don't have the iPhone, you have to start a completely new group chat. It's just easy. It's just easier. Modern side. It's just easier with the iPhone.
He's gonna go iPhone, I think.
No, it's not easy. That makes it more difficult.
No, it makes it more difficult when you're the one person that doesn't have the iPhone.
Yeah, but
everybody
more
else
people have Android.
Yeah,
not that I'm aware of.
America. He'd probably be based out of America.
Yeah, he's going to be based out of America.
I know not originally, but
he's going to be based out of America, not Jerusalem.
When he's here,
Jerusalem's a little hot in the streets right now.
And like, let's be honest, we kind of need him right now. So like, I think he'd be here. He'd be working on some stuff.
I mean, we've got the mega churches.
Yeah, he'd be
based out of Houston because he would oust fucking Olstein out of the summit, and that would be Jesus's new headquarters.
Houston is the Jerusalem of America.
Fact. You can't even dispute it.
Yeah, nobody. Yeah, I don't know how you would dispute that at all.
Exactly.
But I think he'd be an iPhone guy for sure.
Yeah.
Well, you guys can be wrong. You guys can be wrong. That's fine.
No, it's 2v1 though. We're right and you're wrong.
You guys can be wrong.
You know what's really fun when you like send like pictures and stuff to people who have an Android, and it fucking for some reason weirdly like compresses and fucks up the picture, so it's not really, or they send it into the group chat that you have with iPhone users, but because they have the Android, it fucks up the quality of everything. That's really fun.
Yeah, because iPhone won't allow like interconnectivity because they want to keep people separate.
Android won't.
Android will.
Everybody has the picture
all
that comes
Android
clear
phones,
on the iPhone. But
all
it's
Android phones,
Android
you
person
get,
that's fucking
you get the
up.
clear.
Really? Because my buddy that has an Android phone never gets shit clear in on his phone.
No,
and everybody else will get it clear.
No, Android to Android works with everyone. iPhone, it has to be iPhone.
Well, you know what? Android has to work for all the people that are using Androids because
Jesus might go jitterbug.
Better. No, Jesus
BlackBerry.
Is gonna go iPhone.
No.
He brings Nokia back.
He'd go with the Microsoft phone. Robert's like, yeah, because it's fucking Android.
He'd go with a Sidekick.
He'd have his own phone, the J phone.
J phone.
It's just the J phone.
The J phone, which is probably going to be honestly Apple.
It's one past the iPhone.
I think Apple would develop that though, so I would say he's an iPhone guy. It just makes too much sense.
Yeah, it's easy. When you're Android, you just make things difficult.
Very true.
Yeah, it's gonna be wrong. True. But we'll move on.
We're not.
We could be wrong, but you are wrong. That's the difference.
You are wrong in this instance, and I don't like disagreeing with you a lot, Robert. But like, you are wrong in this time.
Very much so.
at PassingAWayPod, hashtag PTGWWJD. Give us the situation Jesus would find himself in modern times. Our next segment is the Not Cool segment, brought to you by Little M Shop, the best of everything. They got a little bit of this, a little bit of that. They have they've got mirrors, they got t-shirts, they got keychains, they got their keychains. Very hot right now, but they're like their OG product is the air fresheners, and you can't go wrong with a Little M air freshener. It's always good to like I would recommend you order 3. They're very inexpensive, just $2 a pop. So I just get 10. Honestly, get $10 worth, get 5 of them.
Well worth it. It's well worth it.
So I always say you throw one in the trash can. Like we're getting holiday season. This is like, you want stuff to be nice. You're going to be having families in town and stuff like that. You throw one. My little trick is you get a Little M air freshener. You open it up. You take out the trash. You're like, hey, like you make a big deal about it, like to your wife or girlfriend. If you live with a wife or girlfriend, just go take the trash out real quick. Like, oh, look at him. He's taking out the trash. And then you come back, you rip open a Little M air freshener, you throw that at the bottom of your trash can, you put the bag back in, and that way you got chicken from the night before that's been sitting in there. It's not stinking like chicken when you pull that bad boy out. You got a nice little whiff of a Little M air freshener. A little life hack for you right there. I know we've had a couple. I think Casey said her and her husband used that for their diaper genie for their daughter.
Smart.
And yeah, and it's like, yeah, you don't smell shit. You smell Little M air freshener, which is way better than the smell of shit. But it also is awesome for the car. I know Pat threw some in his company cars. He's repping Little M everywhere. I was in the car with some people that had Little M air fresheners earlier this week, and yeah, Little M air fresheners.
I want to make that
they're
an
the
ad.
tits.
Little M air fresheners. It's way better than the smell of shit.
Smell of shit. I mean, it's true. True.
Can we just put that as a testimonial down on the bottom of the website?
Yeah, it's way better than it smells shit. I'll tell you that much. I've smelled shit and I have smelled Little M air fresheners, and I would take Little M air fresheners 100 out of 100 times. Okay,
it's way better.
Just get
Little M air fresheners.
I don't know if you've ever smelled shit, but it smells like shit. And Little M air fresheners, they don't smell like shit. So that's why I prefer Little M air fresheners over the smell of shit every single time. Yeah, like, okay. You're putting it next to the worst thing you can compare it to. All right. They also have some awesome t-shirts and everything like that as well. Go check it out. It's like holiday season. If you got to get your lady a gift, guys, you can get her some like little stocking stuffers. LittleMShop.com. Hit us up at PassingAWayPod. Let us know you're supporting the people that support the podcast. They are at Little EM Tweets on Twitter and at Little M Shop on Instagram. LittleEMShop.com. LittleEMShop.com. Be sure you use promo code PTG69 at checkout. You're gonna get 10% off your order. That's PTG69 at LittleEMShop.com for 10% off your order. PTG69. Little M Shop, the official sponsor of the Not Cool segment. If you have a not cool for us, something that happens to you throughout the week that just makes you say, hey, man, that's not cool. It can be a big thing or a little thing. Hit us up at PassingAWayPod. Use the hashtag PTG Not Cool. This is a Not Cool segment.
Not cool, man. Dude, that's not cool.
Not cool. Not cool.
Dude, that's not cool, man. Dude, that's not cool.
Not cool. Not cool.
Dude, that's not cool. Not cool. Not cool.
I'll go with my not cool first because it's pretty. It's maybe the most first world problem one ever. And it's a very stupid one. And myself is the not cool. But shout out to reigning PassingAWay Man of the Year, Raymundo Benavidez. We love you at Kmundo B. Now he has provided Pat, like 84 of Pat's friends, and myself with Xbox, like the new Xbox. And he's a fucking hustler. Like I was talking about his whole like strategy. He's like, dude, you just find the good one. He's like, it's all about like people that are like, oh, I can't find one. Oh, hey, I can't find a PlayStation. It's like Mundo just looks online and you can find it if you look hard enough. And I was like, you know what? I haven't been able to hear the audio in my headphones when I'm playing with my boys for about 4 or 5 months now. So I should probably just get the new Xbox. And let's say some things have gone well in the gambling universe over the last couple of weeks for me. And I was like, hey, why don't I get it now? And I hit up Mundo. Mundo's like, yeah, bro, I actually got one right now. And Pat's friend actually was in line to get it ahead of me. And I was like, fuck Pat's friend. And really what I did is I texted Pat, but Pat was at work and he didn't get back to me for like 5 minutes. I was like, you know what? Executive decision. Fuck Pat's friend. I'm going to hop.
Yeah.
front of him,
The
if that's
best thing
cool.
was too, is you asked me, hey, can I hop your friend? I go, yeah, because he's a piece of shit and he doesn't listen to this. So he's not going to find out anyway.
Yeah. So then, you're like,
Fuck
yeah,
him.
no, fuck him anyways. And I was like, okay, cool. Cause I already did. And so I went up, Mundo, you're a saint, bro. Not cool though. That was a very cool move because Mundo's a badass. We love Mundo. Love you, brother. Hopefully he's coming up to the Spooktacular December 18th. And we'll get to hang with him, buy him a drink. But Mundo gives me, I buy the new Xbox from Mundo. Like he didn't just give me an Xbox. Like we pay for it. But and then yeah, no, I didn't want people to think that like y'all are just taking Xboxes from this guy. No.
Did you get to see James?
I did. I got to boop James. We couldn't find Amy, but James was such a good boy. James was such a good boy. 5,000 out of 10 would pet again. Love James. Good boy. And shout out to James. This podcast dedicated to you today, James. All right. He's a boy. But so brought the Xbox home and then some stuff I had we went somewhere that night, so I didn't set it up. Then the next day, it was Sunday football. So didn't really play a ton of Xbox. And then when I did want to play Xbox, I was like, well, I just want to play like right now. And so I didn't like open the new console or plug it in or anything. I was like, I don't want to fucking work on like, I got to log into all this shit. I got to install all this stuff. I got to get everything downloaded. Like, I want to just play, bro. And like the 2 times, like I've been pretty busy this week. So I've only gotten to play 2 times. And both times, like, but I just want to hop on and play. Like, I don't want to download anything. And I'm just stuck in that wormhole of like, just fucking stop and download the games, Alex. And you're going to have a brand new Xbox you can play on, you fucking idiot. Like,
and
that's
it's so much faster.
That's me right now. Where everybody's like, but like, I want to play Xbox. But it's like, but I want to play a game though. And I think I'm going to do it after.
Setting it up is kind of like a game.
I'm not going to be Pat with the shoe insoles. I'm not going to be that. Okay.
Nobody likes that guy.
After we finish the podcast, I'm going to edit the podcast, post the podcast, do all that stuff, which takes a while. And as I'm doing that, my goal is to like plug it in, get it like, oh yeah, I'll log in, get this downloading. Cause I'm not going to want to play it. I'm not going to be able to play it probably tonight, but I can download tonight while I can, multitask.
There's nothing to download. That's what I tried explaining.
You need to download all the games.
No, I tried explaining this to Alex before the podcast, guys. You don't need to re-download the games. You move the games that are on your Xbox right now. Like you just pull it up in the Xbox.
This that doesn't have Xbox's care though.
All you're doing, it's like moving shit to an external hard drive from your computer. You go onto it, you move the shit to the external hard drive. You now plug that hard drive into the new device and swipe it off of that onto the new one. It's instantaneous. It's instantaneous, Alex. That's what you're not. It's ready to go. That's what you're not getting. I tried to explain it. The longest part of your setup is going to be logging into your Xbox Live account. That's what I tried explaining to you before the podcast.
Which I'm like 99% sure I can still do.
Yeah, like that might take a minute to remember the exact password, but
I know about 6 possible ones that it could be.
Yeah,
I think
you'll be fine.
I would say I'm about 85% that I know that one of those 6 will be the password because those were the same ones that I used in high school.
This whole process, as long as you've got a hard drive big enough to hold them all at once, otherwise you got to move it, then plug it back to the old one, move it on there, move it again. This whole process is going to take you less than 15 minutes. If that long, probably lost.
But that's really might not cool as me. Just be a dumbass. Because it's like every time I was like, but I would really I just want to hop on right now and play. It's like you could just, it wouldn't be that long. It's like I'm bad at doing that. Like I don't fold laundry when laundry.
You're gonna see how
it
fast
just sits
it
in
loads.
A dryer forever. Yeah, I'm gonna feel like an idiot. But
so good.
Yeah. So that was my not cool is Mundo being so cool to me to hook me up with the Xbox, and then me being a piece of shit that's like, but I don't know if I have time. Like I just need to just do it.
Yeah, you're a piece of shit.
But I'm gonna be better about it than you were with the insoles. So
you can't. It'd be very hard to be worse. I'll go next. I got a real quick one. It was just right before we started the podcast, I had to run back out to my car to grab something, and my sister's dog like stepped in front of me, and I stepped on its paw and almost broke its foot. It's a very small dog, Like I heard, not gonna
Don't
lie,
do that.
heard a little bit of a crunch, but I think it was just like I think it was just like its fingers popping. Because like after that he was walking around fine and he yelped. But and the funny thing was like he's walking around my feet as I'm walking, and this is the dog that I fucking hate. I was like, get the fuck out of the way, Smokey. And then like he stepped in front of me again a second later, and that's when my foot landed on his foot. And then you feel terrible still, even though I hate
No,
him.
like I was gonna say, remind us to do this. I don't know where you keep these notes, Robert, but in your extensive notes that now we're just like, if you're an Office fan, this is beach day in your Pam, and I'm just like, is there some sort of calculation? And you're like, no, I don't. Is it, maybe there's a conversion chart? I don't know. Just mock draft of things that make you feel the worst. Because
that's
like,
a good idea.
Top 5 is when you accidentally step on your dog and not intentionally, and your dog goes, "Ooh," you go, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry." Like every single person that has a soul just drops down. "Oh my god, are you so? I'm so sorry. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it." And like the dog has no idea what you're saying, but the dog's just like, "Okay, they're cool."
That hurt a lot.
Like I was playing with. I'm not gonna say because she's sitting here. I was playing something with Wheezy, the game that I mentioned earlier in the house, which Emma hates, but I was still doing. And I was fucking juking the shit out of her, dude. Like Wheezy's awareness on Madden would have been like a 45 at that time. I was juking the shit out of her. But then she like came in one time when I was like moving my foot, and I accidentally stepped on her paw, and she like did the. I was just like, "Oh no, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. You're okay? You're good? You're not limping? Okay, fine. Oh my God. What can I do to fix it? Do you want treats? Do you want this? Do you want this?" Like, I was just like, all right, like that's an all-time worst feeling. Like probably like I would like say like there's few things in the world that are up like worse than that. Like probably being somebody that worked at like a concentration camp would probably be one of the worst feelings. Like there would definitely be
your
above
pants that. At a major stadium. That probably doesn't feel great.
I think the shitting my pants. Would you rather shit your pants or step on a dog's foot and have to hear that yelp? Because I think I might go shit my pants.
Man, I got some disastrous shits, dude.
Shitting your pants is never not a disastrous shit.
Some are worse than others. Not all shits are created equally.
I feel like we've talked about shitting pants like 4 times on this podcast.
I mean, we are men of culture.
What do these guys talk about on the podcast? Shitting your pants mostly. That's usually what they talk about. But yeah, stepping on a dog's paw and having that little yelp, and like there's nothing worse than like I would imagine like if you like hurt like your friend's kid, and then like they saw that you like accidentally hurt him or whatever it is, and like you still feel like a piece of shit because you're like,
I've done that.
Hate me.
I didn't feel bad. I told you I accidentally like not kneed but legged my friend's young daughter into her head right into a wall, and she started crying. I felt honestly the many times I've stepped on dog's feet, I felt worse every time than I did.
Well, what you should have done is been like, "Alex, come on over. We need you to kill some time with these kids." And I would have been like, "Hey guys, it's Wiggles the Clown, and I'm here.
No.
We're ready to hang." And they're like, "This guy is hilarious."
Steph is my friend. I pick her up and I throw her into the couch. She fucking loves it.
Yeah, it's just like sometimes we get a little rowdy. That's how it goes.
You got to throw children into couches. They fucking love it. Or pick them up, choke slam them into the couch. They love that shit.
Like, did you play airsoft with your friends?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. If you had airsoft guns, this again dates us, Robert. You probably didn't have airsoft guns. You were like,
did not.
We threw marshmallows at friends. But if you had airsoft guns, the little pellet guns, and you'd shoot your friends with them, like we would go in my neighborhood, there were a bunch of unfinished houses, and like we would wait until like they'd leave.
Great areas.
It was just like you felt like you were in James Bond. You'd go and there'd be like 5 or 6 of us like running around doing that, and then you always had the guy like you don't try and hit your friend in the face. Sometimes it like bounces off something, hits him in like the cheek or whatever, and like the guy, it's like, "Oh, I'm done, guys." You're like, "Oh, whatever. Fuck you, dude. You're being a little bitch." Like,
we had a buddy that every single time we played, there's one guy that shot in the face every day. Pellets found his.
You know, I didn't. Nobody ever tried to shoot.
No,
at least that I know.
We
Tried
had
to
like
shoot anybody in the face.
Arena set up in my backyard. My backyard was like perfect. There was like a fucking gazebo in the middle with like vines and shit all over it, and then each side of the yard we played like 2v2s and shit, and it was fun. Did you ever have the friend that got the gas powered fucking pellet guns though? Yeah. Fuck that shit. I refused to play when he was playing.
Yeah, I did have that. And then my cousin, he
Put a
gave
dent
me
in my
one.
fence.
Well, when our buddy got that one, my cousin gave me one that was like an OG airsoft thing, and it was like there was like a rifle, but you had to like individually put the pellet
Yeah.
and load it, and it was like then it would just go as hard as it could, and it would just fire. It was like, oh, you just have welts, and I used it once and just felt bad because there
No,
were
it's
just
bullshit.
welts on. No,
The
but they were
Deagle.
like big welts.
It was
They
all
weren't
about
just
the
like
airsoft Deagle.
the airsoft deagle. Yep.
That's what
absolutely.
everyone had. It was fair playground.
And then there was a movement towards those like clear ones. They were the auto ones, but the auto ones just didn't have the sting behind them.
The fucking pellets went like this and just flew off in fucking different directions all the time.
But it didn't
My
hurt
bro-
when you
my
got hit by
brother-
it either.
No, but then my brother got the MP5, which you could put into full auto or single shot, and single
Except
shot
this is
close
very,
range.
yeah, we're getting in very niche category territory, but still, I will carry on
People love
this
it.
conversation after we get off air, but I think there's a lot of people that don't know what we're talking about. But yes, airsoft guns were like that, and you could just kind of like you can tell who the bitch friend is when they're like, I'm gonna tell. It's like, dude, just this happens, bro. This happens. Sometimes shit gets rowdy.
You just got to
Sometimes
make
shit
sure you're
gets
wearing
rough.
glasses.
You just
gotta
gotta
wear
roll.
glasses or
Yeah.
goggles. Eye protection's
We-
key.
Never wore glasses. But
Oh, you're crazy. We all wore 'em.
as an
It was
eye
a
injury
rule.
survivor, I feel like an idiot because I should have.
No, we had a rule. If you didn't have glasses on, you didn't get to play. We were smart.
You had the guy that shows up with the paintball mask, and you're like, all right, dude, just settle down.
I mean, I had my old school athletic prescription glasses, like that when I was a little kid and I had to wear. When I had to wear glasses. The Horace Grants.
Rec specs.
Is that what they're called?
That's what I always call them.
I don't know. I had my Horace
Recreational
Grants.
specs.
Yeah.
All right.
Robert's
they're
not
not
cool.
cools. Robert, you're not cool. What's yours?
So there's been a lot of, Black Friday shopping and Cyber Monday shopping, and like it's a good time to get gifts. Why not cool is when, as hard as I try to convince someone not to buy something because I'm maybe planning on getting it, they still buy themselves like a version of the thing that I was gonna get. Like I'm gonna get you like a can of Coke, or I'm gonna give you Coca-Cola, and they bought themselves a Pepsi. So it's like kind of the same thing. They just bought themselves like a different version of it.
Like they bought like a cheaper version because they didn't want to spend the money on it, and you're like, I would have just got you the iPod instead of the Zoom that you bought. Is that what
Yeah.
you're?
Yeah.
So
Except
you're
I did buy it,
Is
and
this
they
like
also still bought it.
Is this like a Sam type? Not cool. Is that what this is referring to?
It could be. I'm not gonna say any names, but
right.
it
We
could
don't. We
be.
would never assume you were, but I feel like I am that person in my relationship.
I'm pretty sure she's not going to listen to this, Robert.
You never know. You never know. I bet she's an avid listener. Wait till her Spotify year-end numbers come out. We're probably not on it at all. But no, but I feel like Emma always gives me shit for that because she's like, every time you want something, you just buy it. And then like a birthday comes around or a Christmas comes around. I'm like, what do you want? And I'm just like, I don't know. But with Emma buys me like Wheezy socks, like socks with Wheezy's face on them that she just gets like made. I'm like, just all you ever need to ever buy me for the rest of my life is just Wheezy socks. Like I don't
Right.
care. If I have
Each
100
year-
socks with my dog's face on them, those are my socks, man. Like I mean, and actually now I have two that have like two pair have like holes in them, and it's like I kind of need some more Wheezy socks to load me up.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Socks, like nice socks, perfect yearly gift. Because by the
But
end of
it's
the year,
not-
they're going to be worn out and I need more.
Any dude, you get a socks, if you get him socks with his dog's face on it, like I'm wearing that shit every day. I wear those, like I have 3 pairs of them. I wear at least 2 of them like twice a week. So it's like, yeah, I fucking got all that money's worth out of it. And I was like, that's a very easy thing. But then like Black Friday happened and I didn't buy shit for anybody else. Everything I saw, I was like, that I wanted, I was like, cool, I'm getting this, I'm getting this, I'm getting this, I'm getting this, I'm getting this. And she was just like, why? Like you could have just asked me to get you that. I was like, no, I got it. It's cool. She's like, but now you're like, just buy me Wheezy socks. I've always been like, anything Giants related or Wheezy socks, or right now dog socks. Done.
Sports teams. That's what you buy guys presents for.
Guys are
I don't know what
super
to
easy
get
to
him.
shop for, unless it's like a guy that doesn't like sports or like music or
Oh.
whatever. But it's just like if you like a team, like hat, t-shirt,
Or
here's a jacket. Like depending on like your level of
band
liking
shirt.
anybody.
a band shirt. Like girls will be like, guys are so hard to shop for. We're literally the easiest. Alcohol, sports, music. Buy a t-shirt of one of the, it doesn't even have to be alcohol. You get a guy a fucking Jameson t-shirt, he's gonna be like, this is dope.
A Specs gift card, and I'm fucking through the roof.
Pajama pants. Every guy loves a good pair of pajama pants.
That's an adult thing, dude. I saw some like Christmas, because they're not gonna get to spend Christmas with the grandparents this year. They're gonna be at the other grandparents. Saw some of that over Thanksgiving, and just like the look of disappointment on kids' faces when they get clothes, man.
I said to buy guys. When I said guys, I meant adult guys.
No, but it was somebody's daughter. Well, with somebody's daughter that was getting, guys at a certain, no, we appreciate it now is what I meant. But like, we appreciate, like, dude, these are super comfy sweatpants. Fuck yeah. I'm so stoked. But like, this person's kid, like when they got clothes, there was like,
yeah, like when you get socks as a child.
I want Elsa from Frozen. And I'm like, yeah, well, one of these days you'll appreciate socks.
Every Christmas now, I get a pair of socks and I fucking love it.
And you just walk around with like a pep in your step that day. You open up those bad boys. You're like, you feel more cushiony. I feel like I'm getting some more bounce in my step.
Children want like gifts. Adult guys want functional gifts. Like, oh yes, I did need more underwear and socks. This is dope. That's one less chore I have to do now. No guy is ever going to get underwear. Like an adult guy is going to be like, I already have enough underwear. No, I never have enough underwear. That's half the reason I do laundry. I've got plenty of shirts and pants, but it's like
getting low on underwear. Laundry when I'm running out of underwear. Yeah. Socks and underwear. I'm like, damn it. And I buy more socks.
I've got so many socks. I keep so many socks.
When before you guys were on Past Gary, Curtis and I think they're still available. If you go find those old episodes, like there was a bit that Curtis and I would do, it just like how many things we had bought to avoid doing laundry. And I was like, I bought 2 towels. Like I bought 2
I bought towels.
Yeah, because I didn't want to do laundry because I didn't have any more towels. So I went to Walmart and bought 2 towels, which meant that I don't have to do laundry for 2 more weeks so I can use them for a week at a time. Like I was like, done. And like we were talking about, just like went and bought some socks this morning, not because I needed socks, but just because I didn't want to do laundry. So I got a 6-pack of socks, Hanes. These bad boys are gonna be great. Like we would go like 6 and 8 weeks without doing laundry and just buy like Curtis would buy underwear. I didn't buy underwear. I just always like I used to do that Me Undies thing. When they sponsored the podcast, they would send me underwear every month. And like at a certain point, after like 2 years of that, like I just had a bunch of underwear. Like that's 24 pairs of underwear. That's a long time. And then I already had shit I had before that. So I was like, I'm pretty good on underwear for a while. And then, over the years but I feel it's also cool throwing away free underwear that you didn't pay for. I'm like, I don't feel bad. This has holes in it. I'm out.
I tend to hold on to underwear longer than I should with the holes in the gooch.
The pair of underwear I accidentally shit myself in, since that's a recurring theme on this show today, was actually a free pair of underwear. So I didn't feel as bad trying to flush it down a Minute Maid toilet.
That's good. I think we should probably move on though.
Probably moving on.
Because I gotta
cool,
pee.
Robert, is when your significant other's onto your, or when somebody's onto you, or they buy themselves the things you wanted to get for them. And like, I don't know about you, but like in like a relationship, you have like, okay, like you do a couple of things where you like, they say like, oh, that's really cute. I really like that. And you like mental note, 3 months from now, Christmas, I'm going to be a fucking saint when I get them this, because they're not going to think about this. And then when you see that show up in the Amazon box, like December, like, damn it. That was like my big gift. Okay.
Exactly.
Shift. You got to pivot. Does put you in a weird spot there. All right, let's tell you guys about our good friends from Southern Star Brewing Company. I don't know about you, Robert, but December 18th, you got any plans?
I think I might be at a certain brewery, maybe for a spectacular.
Would be Southern Star Brewing Company, the 8th annual Pass the Gray Podcast Christmas Spooktacular. It's gonna be awesome. We got, I think, the 3rd annual Gravies Awards we've got going on. I was brainstorming some. Actually, I haven't even talked to you guys about this. We need to have a meeting /text thread about the Gravies Awards, because I think I got some new awards I want to bring in, and I got some ideas of how I want to change up the Gravies, make it even better than it was last year. Go on our Facebook page. You can RSVP right now. I mean, you don't have to go on Facebook, but like show up December 18th. We're gonna say the doors open around noon. The brewery, just whenever the brewery opens, basically, so you can show up whenever. We're gonna go on around 1:30. Kyle Garrett, we got Kyle Garrett, country music superstar in the making, formerly Kyle of High Dive, that is open for us. He's going to be opening up before we play, or before we go on. We're not playing, we're just going on, and we are playing around, I guess, but he's going to actually play music and do something talented. Then we're going to go on at 1:30, do a podcast. We got the Christmas movie bracket. I don't know, you didn't really follow on Big Brother this year, Robert, but Emma and I turned the Big Brother Alliance board into a Christmas movie board, where I just put a bunch of post notes with all the Christmas movies we got to watch, and I'm just gonna peel one off each night and be like, all right, what do we watching tonight? So like that's what we're going to now. But I'm getting ready for the Christmas movie bracket. I feel like you should watch at least like 3 Christmas movies that you haven't seen, because I know you don't watch a ton of movies that aren't
3
your genre. Can I give you some Christmas movies to watch at least? Have you seen 4 Christmases?
No.
Mark, that's got to be one of them. You've seen Office Christmas Party?
No.
I think that also has to be one of them. And then one I feel like you and Sam would just love, because it's adorable, but it's also really funny, is Fred Claus.
Yeah, you need to send me the whole list too.
No, I'm telling Robert, because Robert hasn't seen a lot of these. I'm like, what, have you heard
Neither
of these?
have I.
Have you seen these? Okay. Fred Claus, Vince Vaughn. He's Santa Claus's
Didn't
brother.
see that.
Didn't get the
Still
shine.
need
He's
to see
bitter.
Office Christmas.
Office Christmas Party. And then 4 Christmases was the other one I
I've
gave
seen
Robert.
parts of that, but never the whole thing. I need the whole list so I can sit down.
Maybe my most underrated Christmas movie of all
That's
time.
the-
Although Office Christmas Party is growing every single year. Every single year. One of these years, I hope Office Christmas Party wins. Because it is not a traditional one.
Enthusiasm from other people. So I need to actually watch them, because I feel like all of a sudden I'm going to be like, yeah, guys, this is the best. And it's going to go from like a 6 seed or like an 8 seed all the way to the finals, just for my enthusiasm on it.
So we're going to have to do, like, what I'm going to do this year is I'm going to do some like sort of like play-in type tournaments where there's a couple of movies. Like maybe I throw like a 4-banger of movies that are like on the edge of maybe making it, because we have our staples, like A Christmas Story is never not gonna be
right. Die Hard's both always gonna be on there.
I mean, Die Hard's the reigning champ, so like, can Die Hard go back to back? Obviously, we're gonna have to keep it in the bracket for that. But stuff like that, like we're gonna put out a couple of like the borderline, maybe in the field of 16 movies, and you guys can vote on our Twitter as the weeks go on. And then also we got to talk about the Gravies Awards, but I think next week we should do the nominations. Fair?
That sounds about right, because we're getting close.
Remind me around like Friday or Saturday, like, hey, Gravies Awards nominations, and I will I got some plans. And it's not really a ton of work for us or anything like that.
Gotcha.
Like some new awards to give out, and some same ones that are going to kind of change up a little bit. But Sunnyside Brewing Company, best beer in the world. Pat, tell us a little bit about the Krampus that you've got right here, because Pat's been able to find it. I haven't been able to find it, but Pat found this, the Krampus they have. And if you aren't following them at Southern Star Brewing Co. at Southern Star BC on Twitter and Instagram, they've been posting the beers that come in. It's the 15 days of Christmas, 12 days of Christmas.
No, days of Krampus.
Krampus, excuse me.
12 days of Krampus, 12 beers of Krampus, if you will. Right now, what I am currently drinking, I'm on day 5. Last time I got the pack, I went 12 through 1. I'm going 1 through 12 this time. It's Eternal Darkness Dry Stout. Now, here's what I didn't realize. Yesterday, I was still holding on to the case because I didn't want to get rid of it. It was trash day, and I was like, you know what? I'll get it out because I got another one now. And as I'm cleaning up, I realized that not only was the delicious beer in there, it comes with like not playing cards, but cards describing each beer. And in the Krampus sense, so in the spirit of Krampusmas,
like it.
I'm going to read because it is a German tradition. As the days get shorter and the nights grow long, the shadows creep in, leaving people wondering if this darkness may be eternal. This beer is jet black and roasty, yet dry and drinkable. Enjoys this one with food. Eternal Darkness Dry Stout 5.4. Also, it's just really fun to read these beers in a German accent. I like doing that.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite things.
No, but it's that is fun. Like how many beers do like a lot of beers do like, oh, this is our Christmas ale or whatever. But like Southern Star has their winter warmer. I was able to finally get some today. But it's just kind of cool. Like I love all the stuff that Southern Star does. They like specify beer to like, whatever kind of beer you like. There's a Southern Star beer for you. If you don't like beer, they've got beer for you. I promise you. You will. I'm gonna do
a post of all of them too. I'm gonna do a nice pyramid soon, and then I'm also gonna have each one. I'm gonna take pictures of each one with its card, and just so you know what you're getting into, and you're gonna want to try. Like I said, I've already drank all of them once. It's fucking amazing, guys. If you're a fan of the stouts and dark beers, they've got this one. There's another one in there. I don't remember the name of it. There's at least 2 ridiculously good stouts. No, I think the other one's a porter in this case. So if you're like me, if you're a dark beer drinker, you got to get your hands on this. I don't know if this is a test batch that they're doing to gauge and then maybe make some of these more permanent or probably just one-offs, but they're fucking phenomenal. Phenomenal beers.
A big, like, I'm not even a big stout or darker beer kind of guy. Just mostly because I'm a lightweight, so I want to go with the blondes and like the lighter stuff just because I'm a small guy, you know, in general.
Understood.
It's like the 5.4s, they add up real quick to me. And
that's one of the lower ones in the case, by the way.
Well,
that's why each of these are one a day.
But I want in on all of this so bad just because it's like it's festive. Like I love if you can brand something as like a days of anything, like I'm in.
Oh, this is what it was.
It's like a beer advent calendar. They made that.
The other stout.
We're not appreciating it if we don't do this.
Yeah, they've got an Imperial Stout Tyrone. It's 9.9%. So
a lot of fun.
Some 7.3s in here.
It'll get you in the holiday spirit. Southern Star Brewing Company. Go up there, check out the brewery. It's the best brewery in the city area of Houston, even though it's technically
in the world.
In the world, best brewery in the world. Southern Star Brewing Company. You think we're gonna do our podcast, a live podcast, not at the best brewery in the world? Think again, because we're gonna do it at the best brewery in the world. And then,
I think, I'm gonna have to get at least one more case of this because I think I'm actually in the 12 days leading up to Christmas.
If you can find another one as well, I will
definitely
reimburse you if you can hit me up.
Oh yeah, remind me tomorrow.
We're not even asking Southern Star to hook us up right now. I will pay for the Southern Star. Like Southern Star hook us up when we ask.
Remind me tomorrow. I've got it at the Kroger right by where I work.
Fuck yeah! All right, I'm in. Southern Star Brewing Company, best beer in the entire world, the official sponsor of our Answers segment. If you have an Answers question for us, anything at all that comes to mind, you got a high thought, something you thought of while you were drunk, something you heard a friend say, you wanted our opinion on, something you saw online, you wanted our opinion on, hit us up at Pass Grade Pod on Twitter. I'm at Alex J. Middleton. Pat's at Not Pat D, and Robert is at Robert Barbosa 03. Use the hashtag PTG Answers. That's how we find it. You can also, though, email us answers@passgradepod.com, but we do check Twitter first. Sometimes we don't check the email for like I'm bad about checking the email. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes we don't check the email for like I think there's been like
months.
There has been times where it's been months. But then sometimes I check it like 2-3 weeks in a row, and like I'll be like, all right. Cassie J, she really hadn't like
breaking news. Stroman signed with the Cubs, which I thought they were in rebuild mode, but okay.
Pitcher?
Yeah.
Marcus Stroman?
Yeah, Marcus Stroman.
Nailed it. Also,
Correa is comfortable with waiting until after the lockout to sign a new contract.
Are the Rangers just gonna like spend a lot of money to be a not playoff team?
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Who are they trying to do to be the Yankees?
Corey Seager is going to be this year.
What I'm making fun of my own team because I'm mad at how they're handling the offseason so far. Hilarious.
Hey, we're the Yankees. We're supposed to buy everyone. Why aren't we buying anyone? That's every Yankees fan online right now.
I'm so mad right now, but I'm not angry Yankees fan online because those guys, I hate Yankees fans online. Like as a Yankees fan, I hate Yankees fans online. Like when I get on Twitter, I want to just like, fuck all y'all, dude. I don't feel like we root for the same team. You're just an asshole. Like I want us to, yes, do I want us to buy it, but like, fuck you guys.
Hey, I expect everything to be the late 90s, early 2000s. The Yankees should be winning 5 World Series every decade. Dude, it's a different world now. You're an asshole. You're an idiot if you think that's even fucking possible.
I don't expect to win every decade to win 5 or anything like that, but I expect to be competing for it every year. And I expect them to go and do the things necessary that a fucking team in New York's market would fucking do.
Yeah, tragic.
I'll tell you, if the Yankees spent what the Mets have been spending these past couple of offseason on these guys, the Yankees would have been a much better group of guys because they know how to manage the players when they get them there.
Yeah, but the Yankees are a poverty franchise now.
Shut up. Don't say that. They act like one. You're a billionaire if you buy him an MLB team. Buy the fucking players, dude. Who cares?
You say that you act like one, but if you look at the contracts just between fucking Giancarlo Stanton and Garrett Cole,
I don't give a fuck.
That's more than like,
owner. You're a billionaire owner.
But here's the thing.
Hey,
your team too in New York now, Uncle Steve Cohen being worth $9 billion just dwarfs the Yankees. I hope the Mets just become the New York team.
Don't you dare say that. Don't you dare say that.
I will say it all day long.
Don't you?
And twice on Sundays.
Don't you dare.
I said it.
Back. Take it back.
No.
Robert, please cut this part out of the podcast. Delete this part.
Cut you.
But just beep it. Just like I want it to be like a long like beep. And it's back to me talking right now. Do that part. I just did that beep, grab my beep, and just make that. I don't know how to do that, but do that.
Okay.
Figure it out.
I can do that.
Robert's like, I'm just getting so many instructions. I don't want to do this at all.
Bing bong.
All right. The answer segment. Did we play the intro yet?
No, not yet.
Nope, let's play it now.
Well, if you just answer the question. Why just answer the question? Be honest. No big deal. Yeah, answer the question.
Don't change the subject, just answer the fucking question.
Any questions?
I'm not gonna lie. Like I feel like the term "lost in the sauce" doesn't always apply to us drinking on the podcast, but like I feel like I'm getting a little bit lost in the sauce. I have been drinking some of the winter warmer. It's a little bit stronger, I feel like, but
it'll creep up on you.
Just the fact that I didn't realize where we were at all in the podcast right now scares me. But we're at the last segment, so there we go. Can't really fuck it up that much more. Let's see how true I can prove that.
We'll see about that.
Skylar Lester, our first answers question asker this week, as usual, at OMG It's Skylar on Twitter.
Skylar!
Our podcast son. He says, efficiency, just clever laziness.
I don't think so. I don't think so. A lot of work goes into making things like efficient. So,
actually, laziness usually makes it harder work. Like I'm going to be lazy, so I'm going to do it this way. It's going to take a little bit longer. If you're efficient, it's just efficient. It gets done quick. You don't have to be lazy if it's efficient. So I'm with Robert. I'm going to say no.
No, and I understand where y'all's argument is. So I'm not. I think we're all kind of on the same boat. But I think I understand what Skylar is like asking us, where it's like efficiency is like I've got it down to like this, and this, where it's like you're working smarter, not harder. So basically, efficiency is me figuring out a way to do it without exerting as much work. So I can sort of be lazy. Where if I can figure out that like I set this thing up and these 3 things happen while I get to hang out, then that's efficiency while I get to be a little bit more lazy. So I think I kind of agree with it. I do think that efficiency is just like laziness like that. It is clever laziness. You figured out how to like do less work, but you're still doing the same work, but you figured out how to do it in a quicker way without having to exert as much pressure. It's finding a way to make your life easier. Because it's like, like making your life easier isn't necessarily making you lazier. Right. So I guess then if that, I'm going to walk it back then. I'm with you guys, but still I was outvoted anyways, but it's like, I get what he meant. but you're not lazy because you figured out how to save time.
Oh shit. I knew that the lockout was probably going to happen, but
It's
apparently
definitely gonna happen. It's at 11 tonight, our time.
Yeah, no,
as we're recording this.
the talks ended after 7 minutes, so it's 100% lockouts happening.
Well,
No,
but I'm saying it
they
officially
could figure it
takes
out
place.
tomorrow. But they
But
could figure it out tomorrow, but it just damn.
It's not gonna affect games. It's not gonna affect games. They'll figure it out in like 2 weeks. But like,
Maybe.
oh no, it will not affect games. If you were, hey, if I was like, hey Pat, I'm gonna give you $100 million a year. Also, you're not gonna get paid until like we figure this out. You're probably gonna come to some sort of agreement by the start of the season.
I mean, not if I have to concede a whole bunch of shit to you on the back end.
Do you want to make a bet? Over
I don't know.
under
hold on.
2.5 weeks on the because I will say under.
No.
hard
I was just saying I don't know
Over
about
2.5 weeks.
the players conceding on it. The MLB Players Association is one of the stronger players associations in sports.
right, but also like they've just got fucked on the last two or three. What is it? Collective bargaining. I was trying to
They've been
FIL
gaining.
is father-in-law, CBA, collective bargaining agreement. I have remembered those quickly. This podcast, remember
They
that,
gain
everybody, for the
something and they
record.
lose something. That's how it always goes. But the Players Association is strong. They've had to concede some things, but they've been getting things that they want.
Really, honestly, I think what was going to be a big thing that holds it up, and this is me with no knowledge of like inside
The
what's
Yankees
going on in
letter, the
talks.
players are going to be like, open the goddamn letter.
No, not even that, and I wasn't even trying to get into any of that stuff. But I think that like the amount of money that owners wanted to not give players for the COVID year, I think that something is going to be discussed in that, where it's going to be like, hey, we get paid our full salaries regardless of what the fuck happens. Like the year happens and it's not our fault that we're not playing. Like this, like I feel like that's going to be some sort of thing that is brought up in play because
Also,
they were asking
the
people to take
news coming
salary
out-
cuts for
Yes.
like to help with the pandemic. And it's like, I understand that, but you're also asking somebody to just forego their livelihood. And yes, they're making $24 million or whatever, but it's like that guy's living that lifestyle. Who
But
cares?
but
Like,
I also
he earned
understand the
that.
owners being like, I paid you $24 million a year for 162 games, not for 60. So I get that part too. But also it coming
The
out.
player also being like, I didn't
here's-
ask you to only play 60.
Here's why I agree with Robert. It's going to go over 2.5 weeks because the news coming out yesterday that Major League Baseball, without players or teams' knowledge, used 2 different baseballs last year. One that was
saw that.
springier than the other. That's going to be a major fucking problem because the players have long suspected that when there's a class coming up of a lot of free agent pitchers, MLB deadens the balls. When there's a lot of hitters coming out, or not deadens the ball. They juice the balls. When players are coming out, they deaden the balls. And now we have basic fucking proof that they are tampering with balls. We don't know about the past, but we can be like, well, yes, because in years that a lot of pitchers were coming out, home runs went up. When a lot of hitters were coming out, like this last year, strikeouts and fucking no hitters went way up this year. Now, granted, you could say that was spider attack, but
I know juice the ball doesn't mean exactly that, but I like to just imagine when you say that like somebody's injecting a ball with like steroids.
no, they soak it in Hawaiian punch. That's what juice the ball means.
That'd be funny as shit. But yeah, I heard that only the Astros got the spring balls, and that was when they were batting, and then they used the deadened balls when. That's what I heard.
Yeah.
Again, just a source, John Boy.
Yeah.
Tag him in that. He'll hear that, and then that'll be a story. Run with it.
Always the Astros, but yeah,
Only
sorry,
the Astros did
I
that.
derailed us again there though. But
No, I don't know. I just feel like it's gonna come down to like a 2-week period where it's over, and
I think
like,
it's gonna go over 2 weeks, like Robert said.
but also like I'm not gonna care until it does affect games because
if it's still going on and we're like 2 weeks away from spring training, that's when I'm gonna get worried.
And it won't have. It's not gonna threaten games. I don't think it'll threaten games at all.
I don't either, but I have no faith in Major League Baseball as an organization.
As a
Ever.
man that will stick by my take regardless, I think it'll be less than the 2.5 weeks. But I will also say that it will definitely be over within like a month of like spring training.
Major League Baseball
pitchers and catchers will report as
everything they could
scheduled.
have
They
in
will
the
report
past
as
20 years.
scheduled because there won't be that much of a holdup.
I think that's also true, but like I said, Major League Baseball has mishandled everything that they could have possibly mishandled in the last 30 years. They tried to sweep steroids under the rug. Oh, it turned into a congressional fucking hearing. They tried I don't know. Stealing signs. Everyone knew what was going on. They swept it under the rug. Scapegoated the Astros. Spider attack. They knew it was going on. Swept it under the rug until they
killed a bunch of spiders.
It's just MLB always handles everything wrong, so you have to expect them to handle things wrong.
No, I get that.
Which sucks because it's a great game.
Handle it well.
It's ran by a fucking idiot.
Rob Manfred.
Idiots. It's not all on Manfred. Everyone in Major League Baseball in the fucking league office is a moron.
But the problem baseball has right now is like what's going to happen when they go to a lockout, which was going to happen in like 5 hours as we were recording this. Like when they go to lockout, people are going to talk about it for 3 days. And then NFL is going to happen. And then nobody's going to give a fuck about what's going on in baseball.
No shits. No shits will be given.
So then they're like, well, yeah, but there's the lockout. I'm like, yeah, we don't really give a fuck, dude. Like,
oh, there's a lockout during your off season when there's other sports happening? Yeah, don't fucking care.
Yeah, we were going to mention it on Tuesday, but the college football playoff rankings come out on Tuesday now. So that's really what we talk about. So nobody cares. Just figure it out. We'll talk to you guys when you guys get a deal done. But how is this not the number one story? Because nobody cares, dude. Just wrap it up. Let's go.
Also, ESPN.
That's going to kind of be what it is.
ESPN owns the hockey rights now, too. So they're going to talk about that as well. So that cuts into your time, too.
Have you, I mean, and I'm so stoked that hockey is more on ESPN, but like, how obvious is it that ESPN got the rights to the NHL? How obvious? Like, they're like, NHL is like leading segments going into shit. Like, I love it.
Yeah.
As a hockey fan. But it's so funny where it's like they did the exact same thing they did with UFC. With like, I know we talked about UFC when Conor McGregor fought, but now we got fight night with these 4 people you've never heard of, but let's have them in the studio. And you're like, tight, like that's cool. I just don't give a shit about like some of the UFC events. Like I watch a lot of them and I do bet on way more UFC events than I care about, but whatever. And
but
NHL,
they help
like,
drive that UFC bandwagon.
NHL's gonna be so fucking big in like 3 years. It's not big right now, but it's like it's gonna be baseball.
We just gotta get a team in
like,
Houston.
Discussion.
Come on, Arizona Coyotes, be terrible and come to Houston. We've been off track up enough. Let's bring this home though. I can see Robert's getting angry.
I don't know how we got to that. Efficiency, clever laziness.
I breaking news us. That wasn't really breaking news, but
yep. I like the people that are like, actually, when Pat broke that news that like I didn't know, I'm like,
you're welcome.
Do you know about are you an Astros fan? Well, not really. Okay.
Yeah.
Probably not breaking news. All right, good. Like we could just break it. If you have any Bears breaking news, just let us know and we'll get right to it. For any Bears fans, it just may happen. If you have any Miami Dolphins breaking news, hop in on that with us. All right, Alex O, our boy Alex O, our guy that listens to us for, was it 93,000 minutes, 33,000 minutes or whatever it was. We were his number 1 podcast on his Spotify year-end list. We love you, bro. You're awesome. At Alex McThunder 1 on Twitter, he says, people say turn that frown upside down, but is an upside down frown really a smile? Yes. An upside down frown is you just flip that bad boy up. It is a smile.
Yeah. It works better in cartoons and stuff because the human mouth has different ones. But yes, it is.
And I don't remember who responded to him on Twitter when he asked that, but they were like, if you just put the eyes on the chin, then yeah.
Yeah, you draw eyes on the chin and 100% is.
Googly eyes. Also, that's the thing kids are really into still, which made me very happy. Emma's niece was like rocking, like she was putting some googly eyes and stuff. And I was like, I'm glad these are still a thing. Googly eyes are always funny. You just move it. It's like, all right, look everywhere.
Look at me. I look dumb. My eyes are crazy. Fucking googly eyes. Love that shit.
Yeah, dude. An upside down, a frown upside down is definitely a smile. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that one. It's just an open shut case right there. Alexis Garcia at Alexis Texas _. I mean, I know we're gonna make announcements next week on nominations, but like Woman of the Year, she's already in like the she's a nominee, right?
Short list. Yeah.
Woman of the year and answers question and asker of the year. Like she's definitely in the nomination field, right?
Definitely.
Alexis Garcia has been fucking crushing it this season. And then we were also on her Spotify top list. So we love her. She's awesome. She's the best too. But Alexis says, which is more petty, blocking someone on social media or changing the streaming service passwords?
Out of like, I don't think either one is necessarily that petty, but 100% it's the blocking on social media.
I disagree.
If you,
I
well,
agree with
here's the
Pat.
thing.
I agree
No,
with Pat.
here's the thing. If we were dating and you had my passwords, then we stopped dating. You don't get those. It's not petty to change the passwords. What are you doing to earn those passwords? Nothing. We're not together anymore. You don't get the passwords. That's not petty. That's just making it so that you can log into Netflix whenever you want without 6 other people on your fucking account.
Which, again, I
Which, by the
understand
way,
I'm not
it's not that
voted.
expensive. Buy your own fucking Netflix.
I agree. I understand I'm outvoted on this. And I respect what you guys both like. I respect your takes on both of this. But my looking at it is like in pettiness, like when people break up, I know so many people that have broke up and blocked the other person on social media. I know way more people on that than people that have also changed the password on the thing. Now you don't always hear about it because it's probably like a subtle, like Robert paid for this and Robert like, and then we broke up and then Robert changed the password. But it's like, you got to be like, Robert's allowed to change the password, but does it feel
Exactly, it's
petty?
not petty.
It feels petty when you realize that the password's been changed than when you realize you've been blocked.
Here's
Because
why
when you
my
get
thinking
blocked
is
by your
hilarious.
ex, when you get blocked by your ex, it doesn't feel great, obviously, but you don't feel like that's a super petty move. When they change the password, even though they have every right to change the password, and I'm not taking away that right or anything or saying they're in the wrong, you just feel like, God damn it, now I gotta go buy Hulu and I got Hulu login.
Here's why I
know?
disagree, because the
They
way
never
my
left
thinking
me.
is
If they ever left me, I'd have to be like my whole Hulu thing. Man, I'd have to get like fucking.
when you
I got ESPN Plus in the Disney bundle. That's it. I'm fucked.
well, you can bundle Disney Plus with Hulu and ESPN. That is the Disney bundle.
I did not do that with my cable.
Yeah, you should do that.
Bundle.
But anyway, if you change your password, you have the right to do that because that's just an adult decision. Like, hey, I'm not with you anymore. If you
I
block
guess-
them, that's childish. That's petty. If you're just like, if
No,
you
because
have
I
to
think a lot
block
of times
them,
you gotta like there are people
if
that
you
like
have to block them,
you gotta
because
rip the
can't even
Band-Aid
see
off.
them or anything. That's a little childish to where you can't even see any mention of another adult human being, and it bothers you. That's a little bit childish, which is what I would put under petty. Changing the password is just, yeah, we're not dating. You don't get access to the things that I
Fair,
buy
which-
anymore.
And again, this
You
is
can't.
a weird.
If you break up, you can't just come into my fridge and grab my milk. I paid for that. That's my milk.
No, and I 100% agree with you. And I feel like you have every right to do that. I just like, I feel like it feels pettier to the person where it's happening to, where it's like if you get broken up with, you're like, yeah, okay, well, they want to just completely cut me off everything. But then also they would cut you off of your Hulu. But then like you don't realize, like you realize probably if you're on social media, like regularly each day, like you probably realize you get blocked pretty quick. You don't realize you got cut off of the Hulu until you go to watch Hulu and then ask for your password, and it's different.
Damn.
And so it feels pettier. It may not be pettier, but I definitely feel like change the password feels pettier. Can we agree on that at least?
No.
No.
Mm-mm.
Because here's the thing you got to remember too.
You have
when
every
change
right,
the password,
But it's like, fuck. All right,
it's work
You
on
did it.
yourself. Like it's creating work for yourself to change the
Is
password.
there a wait
Then
period
you
between
try and
changing
read
the password? Or is it right away? Like they should go change it. Like say like if
just
if
next time you
Robert-
think about it.
if Robert and I were dating and Robert dumped me and then like I'm like, I am just so sad. I'm gonna go watch The Office on Peacock. And Robert and I shared a Peacock account, but Robert paid for it. And Robert had already changed the password and it was like 3 hours after he broke up with me. Like that's petty.
Well, it depends. Are you the kind of couple that
If
breaks
it was
up
2
all
weeks
the time?
after, if I had gone through Succession, like if I was halfway through the season of Succession on my own after we broke up and then you changed it like a weekend, I don't think that's petty.
If you're the kind
It
of
feels
couple
pettier.
that breaks up all the time and gets back together,
Look, me and
and you
Robert
break
are
up-
long term, bro. We're
Hold on,
staying
hold on.
together forever.
that's when it would be petty. If you break up all the time and you guys break up and an hour and a half later you try and get on Netflix and they've changed the password, that's petty because you know you're probably going to get back together and they're just trying to give you a dig. If you've been together a long time and you break up, I wouldn't really put a statute of limitations on what. It's probably just the next time you think about it and you're like, well, I should probably change my password because we're done. Like, it's an adult decision that we made, and you know, you just have to. You don't have to block them, but you gotta cut ties so you're not on the same. Because then, what if all of a sudden you're getting on there, they're trying to get back with you, and they're watching all fucking lovey-dovey Christmas movies on Netflix, and that's popping up in your recently seen. And you're like, they're trying to send a. No, I just need to separate, break ties.
What you got to do if you're in a relationship and you break up is you got to go create your own account at that point and see if they notice, because then you don't fuck up their like queue. Because is there anything worse than when your queue gets fucked up with, like, if you shared an account with somebody and you're like, dude, why are you watching fucking nature docs, dude? Like, this is recommending the weirdest shit to me on my Netflix. I remember like when Netflix was kind of new and they had like one algorithm that ran everything. It was like, if my brother used our Netflix, it was just like, God damn it, dude, I don't want to watch any of this shit.
Or when you're watching something and all of a sudden you put on an episode and you're like, wait, this is 3 seasons later. Oh, fuck, somebody else was watching it too. And they just marathoned it in an afternoon. And now I don't remember what episode I was on, or I was in the middle of an episode. I don't remember where.
But you get in on the wrong season. You're like, I don't remember any of this. You're like 2 episodes in before you're like, this is not where I left off.
Yeah, anything I don't pay for, I'll watch a movie on and just do that. If it's a show, I make sure that whoever's paying for it isn't watching that show, so I can just kind of watch it at my own leisure. If it's mine, I'll watch whatever the fuck I want. If somebody gets in the way of it, I'm like, fucking stop. I'm watching this. You pay for it.
I don't know if this is just a brainstorm I'm going to say out loud, but like, what if we replace What Would Jesus Do with Tom Petty of the Week? I think that would be a really funny segment where you just give us like, which is more petty, this or this. And I think like this has been a really interesting, fun discussion where it's like, which is more petty to the person where it's happening to, which is more petty to like do. Because I like both. Like I'm not saying y'all are wrong at all. I agree with what y'all's take on it is. I'm
actually surprised at my adult take on this.
I feel like we've all been very adult in this discussion. So shout out to Robert probably, because I don't think it would have been an adult conversation if Robert wasn't at least here to like monitor it. He didn't necessarily yell at us or anything, but I feel like knowing that Robert could like scold us made me
just knowing that Robert agreed with me let me know that I was taking the adult stance on this.
And Wheezy, she knew you were taking the adult stance on it. But
yeah.
So okay, I guess blocking somebody on social media because I got outvoted, that is the more petty thing to do than changing the accounts. Although they are both equally petty. But let like
you son of a bitch.
Would you guys be down for the Tom Petty of the Week? Let us know at Pascary Pod. Tom Petty, just give us Tom Petty or TPOTW, just Tom Petty or WWJD. Give us a greater than on one of them, and then we'll decide based on that. Emma just came home. That's why Weezy was barking. She wasn't barking at me because I said the B word and didn't do it. All right. Our next question is from Josh Tree Cottle at Joshua Tree 713. He says, if Earth is made of over 70% uncarbonated water, does that make it flat?
You son of a bitch.
If 70% of your soda is flat or is uncarbonated, then I would say it's flat, right?
You son of a bitch. The Earth is flat.
Robert, this is how we build the podcast this week. Pascary Podcast proves that the Earth is flat.
I don't know if I necessarily want to be a part of that.
I don't either, but then people
we'll get eyes and ears on this pod, though.
Then when people are like, what are you, dumb? Do you deny science? I'm like, do you? Like, what do you mean? I'm like, we're not carbonated, we're flat. And they're like, oh, you son of a bitch.
What I found out about like conspiracy theorists though in the last couple of like months,
Josh has got me to say the Earth is flat. I never thought I would say that.
Wait. But we're carbon based. So that is
Look, let's not get
carbon.
too scientific, all right,
Carbonated.
weirdo.
But we're not bubbly.
Look
We're
here,
not
Bill Nye.
We're carbon based. We're not carbonated.
I'm pretty sure that makes us carbonated. We're carbonated.
Yeah,
You know
I
what?
don't
You know what? You know what?
I
I'm
don't
actually
know.
flip-flopping back. I'm back with Robert because of this. So I don't want to say the Earth is flat. The Earth is carbonated because it has a lot of carbon.
We're still gonna post that like we prove
does
that
the Earth have
is
carbon?
flat.
The Earth
Yes.
has carbon.
People have carbon.
dioxide.
Does the Earth?
Is carbon dioxide the
Oh.
same thing as carbon? It's
That's
just a different kind of carbon.
That's carbon. We're carbonated. Yeah, get out of here, Josh. We're not. The Earth isn't flat.
This is
Go
actually
hang
a
out
carbon neutral
Go hang out
podcast,
with
by the way.
Kyrie Irving.
No, but like honestly, like I'm not a flat Earth guy at all, but I respect Kyrie Irving's bit that he did when people didn't realize that it was a bit. Like
I don't.
a year and a half in. Oh, he definitely doesn't think the Earth is flat. He definitely doesn't. It's like a troll, and people buy into that. And then Kyrie Irving is trending like every time he does anything in basketball, and it's brilliant. It's a brilliant idea. Like if I was ever like an athlete, like I would love to think that I would do like, I don't think dinosaurs existed. And like that's Alex Middleton, the guy that doesn't think dinosaurs existed, that had a dunk right there. That's that guy. Like anytime you do anything, you're the guy that didn't think that this happened or that thinks the Earth is flat. Like Kyrie Irving is more of a star than like what I was doing. Like that'd be like if Kevin
Luka
Porter
Doncic.
Jr. Kevin Porter Jr. on the Rockets did that. Like it'd be like, okay, well, Kevin Porter Jr., that guy didn't think dinosaurs are real. Like anytime he does anything, you're gonna be like, he also doesn't believe in dinosaurs. Like you just stay in like the public eye. And I think people aren't really woke to the fact that like a lot of people are just trying to stay in a talking point.
I see that, but he
state of
also
mind.
has so many other ridiculously dumb takes.
But when you listen to his
That
like
it's hard to
stance on it, like
differentiate.
it's like a total troll stance.
I don't
It's
listen to
something that
anything Kyrie says.
It's
so
something we would concoct. Just go listen to like Kyrie Irving tell you why
Nope.
the Earth
don't
is
want to
flat.
listen. Don't
But
want to
if,
listen to him
if
on
you're,
anything.
I'm not talking to you specifically because I know you won't, but if you are listening to this podcast or watching this podcast, go look up Kyrie Irving's talking about it and you can tell he's trolling. And then he just realizes like, I'm back in the news cycle anytime my name comes up for anything. Kyrie Irving misses game because of sprained ankle, also thinks the Earth is flat. And people are like, what a fucking idiot. And it's like, and I'm trending. Name recognition. Brilliant.
All right.
The world right now doesn't mean you have to make sense, dude. You just got to be talked about. And all you got to do is have a talking point, which is why Daniel Jones deserves a Purple Heart. And we're going to try and make that. Also, Casey Keeler declines.
So you're trying to give
Going to
Daniel.
Notre Dame.
Are you trying to get Daniel Jones to be accused of stolen valor? You're trying to get him a
No.
Purple Heart?
I think you can give an honorary Purple Heart, probably. It's
I don't think so.
like an honorary doctorate, probably the same thing.
I don't know. The troops. Y'all answer us. Brandon, Todd.
Yeah, we have the troops. Troops, let us know. Can we do honorary Purple Hearts to Daniel Jones specifically? Because I think he broke his neck basically,
I don't think so.
which isn't it's not a war, but like he was on the battlefield that is the
Which-
gridiron.
Which, by the way, speaking of the troops, we've already got some feedback on the porta potty question. 68% yes, 32% no on 19 votes. Jay Fred said he's proud of it. Imagine shitting in a porta potty in 100-degree weather while wearing full gear. So, Jay Fred, you A too. You're also one of the troops.
Yeah, well, no, dude, troops though, that like those guys obviously would shit in porta potties. I'm not saying like you shouldn't shit in porta potties. I'm not like we're not anti shitting in porta potties. It's just like there's like a lot of people don't do that, but like if you're military, like they don't have stalls when they shit. They just got to shit and look at other people, you know. So like obviously, like those guys wouldn't be scared to shit in a porta potty in a second. Like
Yeah.
you're like shit porta potties with this kind of isolation over here, this kind of privacy, I'm in.
Somebody else had actually asked a better question would be, what have folks done inside a porta potty besides shitting? And Jay Fred comes in again and goes, ask anyone who has served and you'll get a common answer. What do you think that common answer is?
Sex,
Jerking off.
jerking off
They're troops.
makes way more sense.
Yeah. Yeah. Ask anybody, and I've heard this a lot too. Ask anybody that served overseas. They've all jerked off in a 120-degree porta potty.
And then ask him about soapies. That's a fun question to ask you about.
But speaking of Jonathan Frederick, the last question comes from him.
His question is
Robert from the top rope.
what if bands made trades like sports teams do?
That'd be dope.
It's
That'd
more
be
of just like a
fucking dope.
whoa, like how cool would that be? And I think they sort of do at times, but like that'd be crazy. Like because sometimes it was one guy leaving a band for another band, but it would be funny if you had to like send like a bassist to be named later.
I think it would be more fun if it was like soccer trades where it's like a short-term loan. Like Travis Barker and Neil Peart have been put on a 2-month loan to each other's band.
It has to be the singer, though, right? The singer, because
no, it doesn't
matter either way.
I would say singers would be the most like blockbuster trades because like that changed, like not that like everything else doesn't change like the way the band sounds. Obviously, you take Travis Barker out of Blink-182, you're gonna notice it. But like a vocal, like the vocals are something that's so noticeable that you're gonna be able to tell. And I feel like is it 3 Days Grace, the 94.5 The Buzz did a premiere of, and Adam Gontier is not the lead singer, and you could just tell that it wasn't the same singer. But
no, you got to name your band something different.
No, but they don't always do that. But I feel like you would see way more trades with like a bassist or a guitar guy, where you would just like you may not notice it if you didn't know that there was a trade made, but that would be fucking awesome. Can you imagine like music news where you're like, breaking news, the bassist of Silver Sun Pickups traded to insert other band.
What if it was like
Flea now playing for Silver Sun Pickups?
Red Hot Chili Peppers have acquired the rights of Eddie Van Halen for 3 months. And Eddie Van Halen is playing with Red Hot Chili Peppers.
But then I like with the Van Halen name, like I like the idea of like baseball trades where it's like a drummer to be named later, where you like get to like use the Van Halen drummer while he's at the end of his career or whatever. But then Wolfie Van Halen goes and he drums for your band because like he was the son. And it's like, yep, you just get one of their kids who'll drum in your band or do this. Like I like a instrument to be named later.
Like
a violinist for Yellow Card.
I almost said Corey Seager. Angus Young joining Slipknot on a 3-month loan, and he's playing with Corey Taylor. Like all of Slipknot still is wearing the same shit, and Angus Young is in his schoolboy outfit, fucking stepping across the stage as he wails out. That would be fucking cool as shit. I actually love this idea. Now, like from time to time, guys will just pop up for like a song in a concert, but like the idea of Angus Young touring with Slipknot would be amazing.
Especially because his guitar some combination of like wrestling, like where you can have like wrestling just breaks into the NWO, and then they break into the Wolfpack, but it's like you could just break off and then go back to like Blink-182 if you're Travis Barker.
Like I said, it's like soccer. It's like soccer trades. Like, yeah, this team still owns your rights, but we're gonna loan you out for 2 months before the end of the season because we're not going anywhere.
But that would be funny if like you had to like also involve like, okay, so when you get Travis Barker for those 6 months, then we get anything that you guys do with Travis, we get a percentage of that because of the loan that you guys got. Like you would get like it'd be chaos, but it'd be a lot of fun to just like have like news about.
Angels and Airwaves is gonna loan Tom DeLonge back to Blink-182 for 4 shows in November.
Like that would be like the Cristiano Ronaldo returning to Man United. It's like it's been long rumored. Tom DeLonge back to Blink-182. We got it next on TMZ.
Y'all let us know what loans from what bands or what trades from what bands you want to see. I think we're gonna see a lot more loans.
I should have prepped it. I know you guys don't always like look at the questions beforehand, but I should have like given us like a prep so we could have come up with some ideal like band.
I think
trades.
we came up with some damn good ones right there.
It's on the fly, but like it
my idea to do the soccer loan.
I
think the soccer loan is what is going to make most sense for this scenario.
Because
bands already
not
do
a lot
shit.
of people listening watch soccer, but still they'll get it.
Also, all of our country music bands out there, I didn't mention it earlier. I wanted to throw it in at the very end because we're about done now. Turnpike Troubadours is back. Let's all rejoice. We're going to have a great fucking year, everybody.
Robert, what's your favorite Turnpike Troubadours song?
It's really hard to pick just one. I don't know if I can really do that.
They're all so good.
Yeah. I think
yes, I'm the same way.
Probably like
the song number 7.
I think it's actually 5 plus 2.
5 plus 2.
5 plus 2.
5 plus 2.
I can tell you to say 7 and 7, motherfucker.
I'm country like you. It's 5 plus 2. That's my favorite one of theirs too. Yeah.
5 plus
they
7.
taught me a lot about math.
Mm-hmm.
You're so goddamn much right now.
Like Schoolhouse
Hey,
Rock, but country.
Evan Felker got over his fucking alcohol addiction. They're back.
I don't know who that
He's
is,
Back and they're,
but
and
good
they're
for
healthy.
him.
Yeah.
Good for him for defeating alcoholism.
Yeah.
And we
Got
love you
remarried
guys.
to his wife. They're getting back in the studio. Let's go, boys. It's gonna be a great
Nobody
year for
cares
everybody.
about that, but we do care that you guys have sat through this podcast and listened
fight
to all
you.
of it, and we appreciate every single one of you. You guys are the best. Again, if we're on your like end of the year list, like top podcasts or anything like that, hit us up. Let us know at Pass Great Pod. I love you guys. You guys are the best. Please give us the 5-star review on iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio. On iTunes, like it really helps. Like if we're trying to get guests and stuff, like if we don't have a lot of reviews, the guests are gonna be like, I'm not gonna come on. But if we do have a bunch of you, like all you gotta do, 5-star review, but this podcast is dope. Like all you gotta do is do that. It takes 5 seconds. Literally help us out, guys, and it helps us show up higher on the iTunes charts and everything like that. We love you guys. Y'all are the best. At Pass the Gravy Pod, I'm at Alex J. Middleton, Pat's at not Pat D, and Robert is at Robert Barbosa03. PassTheGravyMerch.com. Order your Christmas sweaters this week. Everything else from the store as well, you can get as well. But if you order it now, you'll get it 100% by Christmas. You can probably get it by Christmas next week, but it's like, let's not worry about having to do the rush shipping or anything like that. Let's knock it out of the way. We love you guys. Please share us with a friend. Y'all are the best. Until we talk to y'all next week. Pass the gravy. Yeah. Bitches.